is the Voices of Misery podcast. This show isn't for the easily offended, so PC police on patrol stand by. You've been warned. Now, let's join the nerd and nerdette with another podcast for that ass.
Okay, what's going on, everybody? It's the Voices of Misery podcast. Today is September. We're not going to say the exact date because this is not going to be posted on the exact day. We're advertising it. So anyway,
we're going to be getting into a regular schedule.
Yeah.
Though, right after today.
Yes, we will.
Or, well,
yeah, I don't even know how we got into this crazy schedule.
I don't know when this is going to be posted. But we'll be back to a regular schedule.
I don't know, but my throat hurts.
Because you had a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did, I think we did quite a few that week, right? Talking about vacation or leading up to vacation, something happened where we did a lot. And then we had a week where you were starting to go back to work, and then we had the hurricane hit, so you were home again because everything shut down here. So we were doing more.
Yeah,
but that's not our normal thing. We don't normally put out so many episodes, so that will change after today, I'm thinking. Because we've done quite a few days in a row, I think. And even had some in the can because we're putting out so many that we can't put out more than one a day.
I don't know what the hell's going on with it. Like, we're just really, just going nuts with the whole thing. We're just having fun with it, you know? And we enjoy doing the show. We like doing content. Right now we are live on Twitch. For the person that was already in there, they kind of heard our outtake. We were sitting here screwing around, and I was trying to put a tweet out to let us know that we're live on Twitch. So anyway, yes, we are live on Twitch right now, and we're gonna do this show, and we want to say hi to our new Twitter people and subscribers and things like that, and there's all the people that have been showing a lot of support over the past couple of days, and just a lot of nice praise. You know, it's very nice to hear a good job when you feel like you're doing a good job, and it's nice when people are showing their adulation and just being being fans and friends, because we made some new friends out of this whole thing. And thanks to our interview yesterday, Vince Russo, we got a lot more eyes on the product. And I kind of wanted
We got a lot of good feedback yesterday.
Oh my goodness, a lot, yeah.
And that was coming in even late into the night. We were getting feedback for that. So
that was our biggest day one download by far.
Yeah.
Just blew right by everything. And we can definitely see the numbers increasing because we just released
2 hours ago. We released the one we did after that, after you came home from work that day.
And it got half the downloads that the Russo one got in about 2 hours. Mm-hmm. So it's really something. So it's a very humbling process, and it's something that you don't want to take for granted because, like all success or just good things, it can go away in an instant, you know? So we're just going to keep on being who we are, keep putting out the same level of content. We're just going to get back to a more normalized schedule. I'm thinking it was like 3 a week before. We're doing 3 shows a week.
Are you doing an interview this week? Or
yes. I will be doing an interview this week, yes. So,
with who? Wait, so the guy that you were talking about?
The guy that I've been texting, or said I was going to text. And
he got back to you?
He got back to me, so.
Okay.
That's happening this week. And it's going to be a fun one. I can't wait. So, Are you
going to sing? Don't sing.
Oh, I'm singing.
You can't sing.
Oh, I'm singing, all right.
Oh,
these people are
fucking hell.
Oh, I'm singing. And
He's going to fucking sing.
And everyone at home is going to know what song it is, and they're going to sing along to it.
We're not talking about a musician. This is someone that was on the show.
He is a musician.
Okay, but the song that you're going to sing is not his song.
Yeah, but I am very giddy.
But he was on a kid show back in the 90s.
Oh,
right?
My God, I can't wait.
You're going to be singing that, kid.
I'm about to start singing it now if you don't shut up about it.
I think a lot of people know that song. I can't believe you're going to sing it.
A lot of people know.
You're going to embarrass the hell out of him.
Oh, I'm going to embarrass the hell out of myself, but he can't see my face. I know what this looks like. He doesn't know. So, na. It's gonna be cool. So I just like to throw little teasers out there, you know, because we just got some good things.
He's probably excited because I mean.
When was the last time anybody?
What? I'm not trying to be funny.
No, I don't think he's done an interview.
What has he done since then?
I don't think he's done an interview. He's done a couple of good movies.
Has he?
One of the largest movies of all time.
Well, the one you told me.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, that was a long time ago.
I know, but I mean, I'm very excited. So I'm just happy. You know, I'm just a very happy guy lately. You know, and it's not normal for me to feel happy because I'm always miserable. So it's been really good the past couple of days.
Miserable
I am very miserable
all the time.
Maybe I'm happy because last night when you tried to run, I caught you.
Oh, fucking hell. Shut the fuck up.
I caught you.
I can't.
So this is a continuation. This is what you call a continuation from the last podcast.
This is going to end up ending this whole thing because I can't sit here and fucking talk about it.
Just be the greatest.
We have hundreds of people listening. I can't do it.
Well, today was a few thousand.
Whatever. I'm not going to sit here and talk about what goes on.
God.
No.
Well, I mean, you're the one that said you have to run, and I said I was going to catch you, and I did. That's all I'm saying. I'm not giving any gory details.
Moving on. I can't.
Any gooey details, you know?
Now it's gooey. I can't with this fucking idiot, man. It's so stupid.
So anyway, like I said, we got a lot of new eyes on the product here, and just to let our new fans know, we're not a wrestling podcast. We will talk about it from time to time in passing. We're gonna do our pay-per-view predictions.
Yeah, we talk about the pay-per-views.
Otherwise,
that's pretty much it. Yeah. Unless something huge happens, we recently talked about Sasha and Bailey, but that was something major that happened. At least that interested us. But other than that, we don't really mention it too much anymore.
Yeah, but otherwise, I mean, we're just a husband and wife that just record podcasts together, and been together for 14 years now. 2 kids later, 2 dogs later, white picket fence, and a nice house.
We do have a white picket
South
fence.
Carolina.
How the fuck did that happen?
We have the American dream for 2 assholes. We're living like the Brady Bunch. We're living like the Brady Bunch lifestyle.
We are.
It's strange, isn't it? It really is. Like, we ended up...
Who grows up thinking that they're actually literally going to get the 2.5 kids, the dog, and the freaking white picket fence?
I don't know what kind of lifestyle you had growing up, but when I was growing up, I thought I was going to have the same exact life as my mom. Because, I lived with my mom primarily growing up, not my dad. And my mom, she always, rented cars. And it was like a buy here, pay here. Every week you go to this place, and she would spend.
Oh, it was rent and not lease?
No, it was like renting. It was like a buy here, pay here. It's like I've never been to one as an adult to understand how the terms were. But I remember, I think the number was $300 she was paying, and I think it was either every week or every 2 weeks. I would hope it was every 2 weeks.
Dude, that is too expensive.
Yeah, but she was paying. It was a Cougar. And those cars were pieces of shit, and they were ugly. And I remember sitting in the back seat one day, and the back seat went on fire. It was so hot, and we were complaining it was getting hot, and then all of a sudden we had to pull over because the fire was starting to shoot out like flames. Piece of shit car. And she used to go to this shitty place in this shitty town in Jersey and pay this little Mexican guy money for the car, and he was a little scam artist, never wanted to do anything, and I don't know, it was just a really shady thing. So I thought I was going to end up getting scammed for shitty cars and renting a dirty apartment house thing on top of a liquor store,
Well, you did have a nasty apartment. We already covered that last.
Well, that was my personal apartment, my first place. But I'll tell you what, it was cleaner than the house I had growing up. Ironically enough, I mean, the house I had grown up it was a massive house. It was huge, but it was on top of a liquor store, and the only reason why we were able to get a place that big was because my dad was friends with the owner of the liquor store, and he gave him this huge discount because he worked for him, But yeah, it was a really big place. It was disgusting. It just went to hell. I don't know what the hell happened to it. I grew up in it. I don't remember.
You know what shitty car my mom had? Was a Chevy Cavalier.
They weren't horrible.
Oh my god, it was so damn small with all 3 kids in it was a 2-door.
Well, it's small, but it's not horrible.
Oh my god, a good car. It was horrific. We couldn't fit the groceries in because there was no damn trunk. She always gets some stupid little.
Well, it's not
tiny cart because she's 4'9".
Yeah, some people are scared to drive bigger cars too. They don't think they can control.
We did have a minivan, but she never drove it.
Yeah, so she was probably scared to drive it.
Always had some little piece of crap car. What the hell was it that she had last? It was a Toyota something.
Supra, some little piece of shit probably. I don't know. It was very small. I
mean, very, very tiny. 2-door car. Now you have kids, you have grandkids, whatever, right? And she's got this small ass car. And then she'll go to a Walmart parking lot, and she'll be all the way at the end, and she'll park diagonal and take up 4 spots, so no one parks around her, so they can't ding her car when they get out of their car.
Well, she cut everybody out of her life, so maybe this is premeditated.
Oh Lord!
I'm gonna get a small car because I'm not talking to these fucks anymore.
She crazy bitch, man. Why would you do that?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what though. Because getting back to the whole thing, we're talking about the white picket fence, and I never in a million years would have thought this would have been the way that I ended up, because I just wasn't used to this kind of stability that we give the kids. Nice clean house. I mean, like, sure, like, it's not like the biggest or best house ever, but it's, for the most part, it's clean. There's no cockroaches running around and shit. Like, we had those German cockroaches in our house, those little brown ones that don't die even if you step on them 5 times.
Ugh.
And there was like millions of them, man. And my sister's room, I remember one time I was just in her room, like snooping around because I was a little kid, snooping in my sister's room and shit. I'll never forget it. I like looked over by where her TV was, and I saw a fucking like big ass brown like rat.
Yuck, man.
Like jumped down and like ran and shit, and I'm like, oh my fuck! I ran. I never went up there again. It was disgusting. It was a horrible house. It really was. It was a nightmare house.
We had a mouse when we were together that came into the house.
That's right, we did.
It was on Crane Street up in upstate New York.
It was a little baby mouse though. It was cute.
But we lived in a not so good neighborhood back then. That was when we weren't paying our bills, and we seriously didn't give a fuck. It was before the kids or whatever. And I remember sitting on the couch, and like I just happened to turn my head, and it was sitting like on the back end of the couch. Like I'm sitting there, and it's like, what is that? Like just the back part of the couch.
The armrest or something, yeah.
And like I look over, and it's like just staring at me. I'm like, oh fuck no, man. I jumped up so damn quick. Oh my god, it was so disgusting.
Did you kill that one?
No, it was you and Wibbits, our
cat. That's right. It was that. Okay, so it was that same morning. I was getting ready for work.
I called you out of the freaking room. I'm like, there's a fucking mouse in here, and the cat was freaking chasing it. Oh my god!
And I'll tell you what, that cat was a beast, man. She got that motherfucker, and it was like a perfect double team move, because I'm standing there trying to get it, and of course it was like too fast because it was like a little shit. And the cat like smacked it right towards my foot, and as it was coming towards me, I stomped on it.
Ugh. Yuck.
And the thing like freaked out. It was like spinning around in circles, like a perfect circle after I stomped it. I'm like, just die, motherfucker. And I stomped it a few more times, and it just finally died. And I don't know what happened. I think the cat took it and ate it.
I could not wait until we got out of that place.
So
and
nasty.
It was just the area that we were in, and we were young and just at the time we didn't care.
Yeah,
we had
really
cats.
didn't.
Like seriously, I didn't give a shit.
Every place was a small upgrade.
Yeah, and then once we had kids, it's like, okay, we need to upgrade and get the fuck out of here. And, we ended up in a nicer place after that. And then this is obviously the best place we've been in.
Yeah, for sure.
But, yeah, man, that was the nastiest thing I've ever... Like, why did it have to be... It couldn't run across the floor or something.
It
was, like, sitting right next to me. Like, I didn't even know it was there. I just happened to turn my head and see it out of the corner of my eye. Like, fuck that.
I don't even know how it got up there or where it was staying, because like there was no holes in the wall or anything to live in.
No, that was a clean apartment. It was big.
It might have gotten
but it was in a bad area.
Yeah, it might have came from like the downstairs house, crawled up the stairs, and
gotten
under our door.
Live. It wasn't a duplex, but we lived in a flat, right?
Like a vent, yeah.
Yeah, we were upstairs. We had like I think it was like 14 people underneath us, right?
Scumbags underneath, yeah. There were like pee bottles all over the place.
Yeah, it was a weird family that the landlord complained about all the damn time. Like it was just not a good situation, but it was because of the people downstairs, and I think that's where it came from. But yuck.
Can we talk about that family for a minute? They're all a bunch of scumbags. I know the son got taken out a few times by the rescue squad because he had like drug overdoses and shit.
Yep.
And the dad beat the shit out of the mom multiple times, and the mom, ironically, was a prostitute. Now imagine
and you would see her.
Oh god, all the time
walking up and down the street.
All
so
the time.
Fucking weird.
She would do like that zombie walk where like they do like that slow motion like stutter step thing, like limping and whatnot. Her head bobbing, her hands all over the place and scratching herself. She had like scabs, like she was scratching her face all the time. You know, because like drug people they scratch themselves. And this one I remember vividly one night, because we used to use that porch a lot. We used to have like a porch that overlooked the whole like street, so people wouldn't know we were there. We would stand there and just spy on people, you know. And it was a well lit neighborhood. There was like street lights up and down the road. And I remember looking out the window one night. I was having a few drinks or whatever, and I saw her like by herself, no one else on the road, just doing like a slow like walk of shame, just stumbling up the road and shit. Clothes like hanging off, and she was a disgusting looking bitch. I can't stress it enough. And I'm like, oh my fucking god. And then I remember one night they were arguing, and it was loud, man. And then we were like, both of us, we were listening down by the door.
By the door, yeah.
Because our doors were side by side, and we were upstairs, they were downstairs. So we were listening through the wall. And I remember them saying something about her being a slut and to go out and prostitute some more for some more money. Mm-hmm. Or some shit. I remember we heard that, and we looked at each other like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, and the funny thing is that growing up, I lived 3 doors down from there. No, from there. Remember? Like, we ended up renting a house that was literally 3 doors down from where I grew up. That I knew that was a bad area, but like at the time, that's all we could afford. Like we had piss poor jobs. It sucked. We didn't have a car then, so wherever we were working, we were walking our asses for miles trying to get there. That was just, oh god.
I remember my 45-minute walk to work and home every day. That
because he used to have to walk a long way to get to Time Warner in the rain.
Oh, I remember the pouring rain one day. That was a fun shift right there, man. Walking to work in the pouring rain, and like halfway through the walk, it started raining, and then luckily it started when I was about half a mile towards a freaking store that I could buy an umbrella. And I bought the shittiest little umbrella I could. And
I remember that.
The thing fell apart halfway through the I'm like, man, what the fuck? By the time I got there, I was just holding like a thing with these metal lines and no like protection, like no whatever the umbrella shit you call it, like the acrylic.
The shit you do when you don't have money and you don't have a car. Like, it took us a long time before we got a car.
Before we were able to afford something,
yeah. You know. But you remember the woman that lived across the street, that old lady that would just yell out dirty jokes off the porch?
She was hilarious. She was hilarious. Adorable old granny.
She would just be like, hey, you, guess what? Just randomly.
Spit out some, like, fucking shit that would make Sam Kinison blush.
Oh my god!
These dirty ass jokes. I wish I could remember them because they were classics, man.
That was an area, man.
Your dad was talking to her, like having a conversation. He thought she was great.
He came in. He's like, "Did you know that there's an old lady over there telling me dirty jokes?" I'm like, "Yeah, just go outside and listen.
Just go out there and listen. She's classic, talk to her. She's freaking great. Go out there, record the bitch, and sell it. Put it on wax, as they used to say."
Oh man.
But there was a lot of other things too. But you want to talk about this for a second?
Oh, how about me going to Stewart's? Did we ever talk about that?
What, people asking for beer?
I went to buy a 12-pack of beer of Milwaukee's Best. This is back in the day when we were super cheap.
We talked about Milwaukee's Best.
Yeah, I went and I grabbed the Milwaukee's Best, and I'm like, oh, fucking gotta walk it all the way the fuck home, whatever. I'm sitting there and I'm having a smoke, and I'm carrying that, and this dude is just hanging out on his porch because that's what they did, and just yelling at me across the street. Let me get one of them cigs. And I'm like, no. Let me get one of them beers. No. I never walk so goddamn fast to get back home.
What is one beer gonna do? Like, what is one beer?
First of all, you don't know me.
Exactly.
Why do you think I'm gonna give you either a cigarette or a freaking beer out of my goddamn shit?
It was so annoying. Like, people felt
and it
like
happened
you were
all
obligated.
the time. And it wasn't. I'm not saying it was from that person all the time. It was just random people, because people always hung out on their porch. Mm-hmm. If you went to the store and they saw anything you had in that area, like anything, they wanted it. They wanted to get a piece of whatever the fuck it was. You had bags of chips. Let me get one of them bags of chips. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Scumbags, dude. And they were always out there. And I think you're talking about the same house. Now, if I'm trying to visualize, I think it was like a yellow house with brown like trim. And it's when you're coming from Stewart's.
Probably.
So like there's Stewart's, you walk up the street.
It was on the opposite side.
And then you hang the corner here. It was right there, like across the street from that little bodega that was there or whatever. That's what I'm thinking about. But yeah, I had the same thing. I had someone, hey, let me get a beer. Like, dude, no, I've got 6.
Like,
why would I give you one and limit what I'm drinking? Can
you imagine just yelling that off your porch, though?
No, like, hey, let me get a beer. A beer. Like, what is a beer?
I've never been one of those.
One beer. What is that going to do for you?
I have never even. I've smoked since I was 15. I have never been one of those people to, like, stand outside of Walmart or something and be like, hey, can I get a smoke?
Yeah.
I've never done that. Well, ever. And places that I've worked, if I had, like, a really good friendship with that person, like, my previous employment or whatever, I had a really good relationship with the one lady, and I'm like, look, we get paid tomorrow. Can I just grab one smoke from you? And I gave it to her, like, probably 3 the next day or whatever the fuck it was.
I was the same kind of smoker.
But, like, I never, like, I got 50 cents. Can you get me a smoke? Get the fuck out of here.
No, you see, those are the kinds that I respect.
But I used to roll back then. Yeah. Like, I rolled the exact amount that I
you would need for the day
to get me through my shift. Your 50 cents is not going to help me.
But the thing is like you're not at that point asking for something for nothing. So if you were asking me for a cigarette and
I get that, but dude,
hey, I need one, I'll give you a quarter, and you see that's all they got in their pocket.
But back then, right, cool. I was rolling.
Yeah, and I know.
For like 20 minutes before my shift, I'm sitting there rolling smokes.
I helped you. I helped you sometimes. Do you remember we used to fill like those old sandwich containers full of them for like the weekend or whatever? Mm-hmm. I remember that. But when I smoked, like you almost felt like you have to go into hiding when you have a smoke because everybody wanted one. So I used to cuff it in my hand and like blow it to the sides and just cuff it and take a quick pull.
People see you smoking and they like hoard near you.
They flock near you and forget it being at a bus stop, like a bus stop, or because like if you don't even pull one out because they are going to flock. Hey man, can I get a couple drags and I'll give it back? I don't know you.
And I've never.
I'll give you half, but I'm gonna have my half, and then you can take it afterwards. You can get what I got. I'm not getting what you got, motherfucker.
I have never gone to ashtrays and taken them out.
I've seen people do it.
My own ashtrays, like at home.
Oh yeah.
When we were really low on tobacco, back when you used to smoke or whatever, I would take the tobacco because we rolled. Yeah. I would take the tobacco out and like roll new ones or whatever.
A new one. Oh, so dirty.
And man, that would burn the fuck out of your throat. But we did it.
We did it if we had to. We're just saying, dude. Like you can relate to us because we were broke as fuck. Like
our ashtrays. But I've seen people because we worked at supermarkets or whatever. I've seen people just go through and like just like, oh well, this one, this one looks good. It's got, a ton of lipstick on it. But I'll just start smoking on it. That's so disgusting.
Yeah, there's just something.
It's so gross. And I understand if you're piss poor and like you need a fix, but like that's still, man.
If you're homeless, look at that as an opportunity to get over your old vices because you don't have the money for it.
But up in New York, you can go and collect cans off the side of the street and be able to buy a freaking pack of smokes.
See, I respect people that have some sort of a hustle, like the ones that are like, "Hey, I'll give you 50 cents for a butt." All right, fine, because at least you're not just asking for free. Because we're not friends. I don't owe this to you. You're not going to pay me back ever. But if you're willing to give me 50 cents on the spot, I'll take it and I'll give you a butt because at least it's some sort of an exchange. It's some sort of an exchange. It's not. It's like, oh, here's a free one. Hey, man, can I get one for later? Or, hey, can my partner get one?
Yeah.
Dude, no, man, no. And then afterwards, can I get a light? So wait a second. You're not even equipped to have a light for the cigarette that you're bumming off somebody. Like you're not even halfway to the fixing your own fix.
I used to hate it as well, like working because, like I said, I had one good relationship where she knew that I would pay her back or whatever. Like it was one person and we would do it to each other. Like, oh hey, can I get one? And and it was like probably once a month that it would happen. But I would still like everyone in the store that worked there knew that you smoked. So if someone was running low, they immediately hit you up and
they may not know your name.
If I'm not close with, like, I don't know you, man.
Yep.
You're in a different department than me. I'm not. No, you're not gonna get one from me because I don't. How am I gonna hunt your ass down and get what you owe me?
There's one dickhead.
Ugh.
There's one dickhead. He's like this younger kid. He was like 19, I guess. I was pretty young too. I was working at Walmart, and the guy was like, "Yo, let me get a stogie." He would say it to everybody, "Let me get a stogie. Let me get a stogie." He was like running the gauntlet. If people were outside smoking at Walmart, there was like a long line, I guess, on the side of the building. People would smoke all up and down that line. He would start from one end to the other, and people knew he was notorious. At first, they'd give him one, but then they were like, this guy, every day he's doing this, all day long, every time we're out here.
I think every workplace has someone like that.
So he would spot, and he would get mad with people if they didn't give him one. It's like, dude, we're not obligated to feed your habit. Eventually, you got to get a cigarette. I remember once he gave me one, and I was like, wow, and I almost wanted to frame that fucking cigarette because the first time he ever gave one to anybody. I felt honored, but he probably stole it from somebody or whatever. But anyway, I remember one day he asked me, and I was out there having one of the rolled up smokes, and I was like, dude, this is my second to last one,
Yeah.
I'm not giving this to you. I'm enjoying this one. And he had like this look on his face, like he wanted to fight, and I'm like, motherfucker, and I just kept smoking in his face. Bring it, bitch. And he was just like so mad, you know, like how can you expect anything from anybody at any given time? Like no one's always going to say yes to you, you know, you're a piece of shit.
But that's what I liked about rolling our own smokes back in the day, because we rolled the exact amount that we needed, so we really didn't have extra smokes to just hand out to anybody. And then I would be like, well, these are rolled.
A lot of people didn't trust them.
These are, you know, cigar tobacco or whatever the fuck that stupid tobacco ass shit that we had. Cause,
that turned like half the people off that you should try to bum off.
Yeah.
But some were like, fuck it, I don't care.
Most of them would go away, and then others would be like, that's alright, I just need something. I'm like, but you're not understanding me. Yeah. I only have a certain amount in my pack right now. Like, I'm not going to have more until I get home. My bag of tobacco is at home. I can't just roll you one.
I built a reputation as having those. Like, I had my own rolled cigarettes, so half the time people wouldn't even bother me unless they were super desperate. But there were some I would give one to because I knew if I needed one, they would give me one because they did in the past.
That's what I'm saying. I had that one person, and that was it.
Well, Walmart was a much bigger store. I might have had like 2, maybe 3 people where I could. But I hated asking.
So did I. And I never did. But if she owed me one, I wouldn't even have to ask her. She would just, you know, on Thursday, payday, here you go. And that was it. And it was done. So
I'm so glad I quit. I'm so off of that bandwagon. But people do ask me for cigarettes once in a while, which is weird. Not at my job. Not at my job because they know I don't smoke. I haven't smoked in fucking 7-8 years.
Who asks someone that's not smoking?
Now this is where I'm getting to. So when I was working in Myrtle Beach, I would go to the Walmart there, and because I would stop in the morning and get like an energy drink or something to eat for lunch that day, whatever. And there's always like a dude out there, a guy just standing out there, you know? Hey man, let me get a cigarette. Like, dude, do you see me smoking one? How do you know I'm smoking? You're just flipping a coin, hoping it lands on tails right now at this point, you know? You're hoping it lands on your lucky number by asking somebody, you know? I'm sure half the population smokes, so you're going to get it wrong or get it right. And I go, nah, dude, I don't smoke. And the guy like looks at me like disappointed, like, I don't smoke. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want my lungs to turn black and fucking, you know, get cancer and die. I'm sorry, dude. And so you got 2 types of people that ask you for cigarettes when you don't have one in your hand. You got the guys that are like homeless, and then you have prostitutes. And I'm going to tell you a quick story of what happened to me, and I'll never forget this one. So I pull up at Walmart, and I'm walking towards a store, and I forgot what I was doing. I was like looking at my phone or something. And I almost bumped into this like young girl. She was like 18. Couldn't be any more than 18. Could have been 17 for all I know. Looked beat up. Like beat the fuck up. And she had those familiar like brown like dots on her face and her arms and shit. You know, like those scab picking things or whatever. And she goes, yeah, a cigarette. I'm like, what? Yeah, a cigarette. I'm like, I don't smoke. You sure you don't have a cigarette? Kind of sure. I don't have anything in my fucking pockets that resembles a cigarette. And she just stood there like, duh. And I just kept walking in the store. And then I came out after like 5 minutes of being in the store, and she was like halfway across the parking lot asking someone else for a quote-unquote cigarette. And urban legend has it, and I've seen it with my own eyes, is that women prostitutes will use that as an open conversation, because when you ask for someone for a cigarette, what do? They stop. Put their hand in their pocket, they pull out their pack, and you have time to talk to them, you know? It's like a open invitation to talk, because you stop them. It's like you have them, they're in your grasp. You can do your sales pitch at that point, you know?
Why does Myrtle Beach have so many prostitutes?
It's a tourist area, and there's a lot of hotels. Easy. That's
like,
exactly
seriously, where do they hang out? I know they hang out at that Walmart.
Right by the hotels and the strips. So there's an area called
Do they hang out like on like Ocean Boulevard?
Oh
like,
yeah.
And for people that don't live here, that's like where all the condos,
the rental condos, the rental properties, people that are here,
right
they
on
got
the beach.
Money.
So that's where they all hang out.
When you think of it, it's kind of genius. I mean, like, I'm not saying it's smart for them to be prostitutes, obviously, but it's a smart choice where they're choosing to do it, because they're not going to walk up and down the street we live on. No, it's a small neighborhood.
Okay.
They're not going to walk up and down.
I'm just wondering, because
707.
You seem to see them all over the place, but you have to drive.
I have to drive very far.
Yeah,
I don't see them in Georgetown.
North Myrtle Beach,
Yeah.
Beach, Georgetown. You're all over the fucking place. So
North Myrtle Beach, I didn't see as many, but Myrtle Beach, I saw them a lot. There was a liquor store where they would be hanging out, and there was a homeless guy with a dog. I think I talked about that in one of my solos before. He was trying to sell his dog.
And it's not right near here. It's probably 2.5, 3 miles from our house. There's a gas station. And I remember you telling me that you keep seeing these prostitutes out there. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Yep.
And like, you keep telling me about it. And I'm like, and then one day we were driving by and I'm like, you know what? There's a hotel right there.
There you go.
There is literally a gas station and then a tiny, tiny plaza with a liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
And then right next to that is a hotel with a pool and all sorts of and it's a rundown hotel.
Oh, of course. Well, that's
and
where they stay.
And that's like 2-3 miles away. We do not live in a crap hole.
No.
We live in a much better area,
Much
but
better.
it's like that's happening that close to home. Like that's so weird.
Well, the thing is too, like with the rundown hotels, they're like $100 a week. They could make that in a day.
Cheap.
They can make that in a day.
Yeah.
So
you've got people if they're buying liquor or they're at the gas station buying smokes and beer or whatever the fuck.
Of course.
You could be out there just drinking a soda and just grab somebody and go over to the hotel, I guess. So
one night,
I don't know.
When I was at that gas station coming home from work, I stopped there to get your beer or cigarettes or whatever the hell it was, and there was one that like shot up in the bathroom with her boyfriend because the lady I was I was waiting in line behind a cop and I thought he was just getting coffee or some shit, and the guy was talking to the cashier like really low breath and he's like, how long have they been in there for? Can I see the security camera? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then he like went behind the counter and went in the back with the manager. And I asked the girl behind the counter because like her and I know each other because I go in there so much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, what's going on? She leans in. She's like, there's a girl in there. She's been in there for about 2.5 hours. Some guy came in, knocked on the door. She let him in and they've been in there, ever since. And then, like, heard, like, a scream, and that was it. She had to call the cops, and the cops were in there. I'm like, holy fuck.
And I've worked in gas stations before.
Yeah. Well,
I could never, ever work in a gas station where shit like that was going down. I wouldn't feel safe.
Yeah.
And I did third shift. There's no way in hell I would ever... No. Absolutely not. I didn't like... If drunk people came, like, get the hell out and I would lock the door, do what I gotta do. But like, no, I don't need all that shit. And I was by myself. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine what these other fucking people...
It should be illegal to work a certain shift by yourself.
Well, I was 19, so
but
I don't
still,
think...
there needs to be a law.
I don't think there was a law back then or
there needs
whatever.
to be one if there isn't one. Like my company has a thing where you can't open without 2 people, you can't close without 2 people, and it makes sense.
See, well, maybe that's now. Like, I'm like... That was... Wow, I'm 39. That was 20 fucking years ago. That was a long-ass time ago.
Old as fuck.
So, maybe there wasn't a law back then, but I was by my fucking self. Third shift at a fucking gas station.
Yeah. Well,
in the dark. And it was horrible.
One thing I want to bring up real quick, though, about the hotels is, like, there's a website. There's a couple of websites, but there's one in particular called Backpage. And I know they took it down not too long ago, maybe like 6 months ago or so, where women would openly like advertise themselves. There would be like a men looking for men, women looking for women, women looking for men, men looking for females, shit like that, And they would go on there and there'd be an advertisement. There'd be like a web page set up for the girl and like you click like, oh, I'm a 28-year-old hot female looking for man tonight! Exclamation, exclamation, star, star, kiss, whatever emojis they do, And then you click on it, and there's a picture of a girl in lingerie. Of course, her face is cut off, and they're in some dingy hotel. And then there's a phone number after a little brief description of the things they want you to do with them and shit. And then what you do is you call a number, you set up a date and time.
How do you know all this stuff?
Dude, I know everything.
How do you...
Seriously.
Wait, hold on.
Seriously, I know a lot.
How the fuck do you know all this
I'll explain
prostitute
that.
bullshit?
I'll explain it afterwards. Just remind me to explain it. Because, like, I'm getting into this whole thing right now. And I will tell you. So, anyway, like, you call the girl, you text her, and then, like, a lot of weird shit happens. And then you go to a hotel, and it's always a dingy hotel. It's probably that one right by the gas station. And you go there, you do your business. You might get robbed or beat up because someone's hiding in the bathroom or some shit, like a boyfriend or something. There's a lot of crazy shit that goes down, and I love this whole aspect of it because this is where like the crazy things that I like to hear about happen.
it's weird to me because we live in Myrtle's Inlet.
Yeah.
Right?
A nice family town.
Myrtle Beach, I guess because it's a tourist area, I guess
If
you really think about it,
yep.
It's a possibility that where shitty shit could be going down. People are getting robbed and shot and and it's a fucking beautiful area.
A lot of alcohol, a lot of tourists, a lot of hotels, a lot of older, rich people. There's a lot of money here.
And I love it down here.
Me too. I wouldn't trade it. You just stay away from certain streets at night. That's all. You just stay away.
Yeah.
But this is how I know about this. So one night I was going down the rabbit hole, of course, because I can't sleep. I can't sleep at night. I toss and turn, listen for the telephone.
Hell.
I know that's the whole song. But anyway, and I was just looking up shit about Myrtle Beach and this certain things, and I came across this forum, and I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's a forum where like people go on, and what they do is they talk about their experiences with prostitutes, and what they say is like, okay, well, this is this person's advertisement. Watch out for them, right? And then I'm like, man, this is interesting shit. And guys would talk about their experience, like, oh, well, I met Carrie Ann over on this street at this time, and she wasn't built the way she was in the pictures. It's not the same person. And beware in capital letters. And this one guy's story was fucking awesome. This guy didn't put his real name there, but he said something to the effect of like, it was in North Myrtle Beach. He met some girl, and he went to her house. She looked exactly as she looked, and she had a friend, right? Some girl. And they were going to do like a 2-for-1 deal on him. He's like, holy shit, this is great. So they told him to sit in the bed and take their clothes off, or take his clothes off. And he did. And he sat there, and he's like waiting, like, yeah, I'm going to get laid. And all of a sudden, some big-ass dude came in there and beat the shit out of him. And they took his money. He said he woke up in a park with his clothes next to him. His wallet was emptied out. And he was just, he had this shit beat out of him. He said, I can't file a police report because what am I going to tell him? He's like, what if my wife finds out? So he basically said it. He said,
how did you end up on a
dude,
man?
Dude, I go down this shit and I was captivated. I was up for like 4 hours.
For any new listeners out there,
I love it.
This man looks up some crazy, weird-ass shit, and we always end up talking about it. Like, you find some weird... like, how does that even happen? What do you type where you find a forum about prostitutes?
I typed in Myrtle Beach message board. Because we used to have that one up in New York that we used to look at to get news in like the area, and I typed the Myrtle Beach message board. Yeah, because I wanted
to know like what type of bugs were poisonous down here and all sorts of weird shit.
And this one was called Myrtle Beach something or other, and for some reason it's had all these stories about these weird golf guys trying to get prostitutes. And
dude,
there's so many good stories on that site. There's this one guy, and I know this is not his real name, but his tag name on the forum, I want to give him a shout out just in case he found this, but his name was Roush. And this guy's a hero, man. He goes through all these weird experiences to tell these guys how all these like prostitutes are. So there's this place in North Myrtle Beach, right, called Excite Video, and I know exactly where it is because I used to drive by it every single day. And it was by the Dollhouse, a strip club, a famous strip club. There's a Dollhouse here and in Fort Lauderdale. Motley Crue sang about it in a song, The Dollhouse in Fort Lauderdale, but there's one here too, and it's the same chain. But anyway, there's a place called Excite Video, and Roush posts about it a lot because there's a lot of sub-forums. There's this, that, and the other thing. And he talks about going to this club, and then he goes to the book club afterwards, and it's like an adult bookstore, and they've got books, toys, all sorts of not like Ninja Turtle toys. I'm talking about toys you shove up your ass.
Oh my god, man.
But anyway, he goes there very frequently, like every day, and he's like the only one that posts there besides a couple other people. And he's like, yeah, went to the bookstore today, saw a guy getting blown by another guy, left. And it's like, what the fuck? So I'm like, let's see what his next post is.
Oh my god,
and then he goes,
dude.
And then he goes, went into the bookstore, and in the back they've got like peep machines or whatever. They put like a quarter in, they watch like 5 seconds of porn, they gotta keep throwing their money, and it's like a DC Universe lockbox. You know, you never know what scene you're gonna get. so he posts again. He goes something like guy and girl, guy banging girl. I got blown this day by the girl left, and it's like, what the fuck? And then he says something about like a transgender was there getting plowed. And it was plowing other people or some shit.
Why are you looking at this weird shit?
There's no pictures. I was just reading the stories because it's funny. It's funny, man. I think it's hilarious that this shit goes on in this town. And like we live these little naive lives. We just sit here and we just drink our beers and alcohol and just talk about.
And never
stuff
see any of that happening.
Never. But we don't look for this shit either, which is fine by me. But I just think it's funny when you're going down a rabbit hole at like 3 a.m. and you see Myrtle Beach and you find these things and people just living these weird lives outside of it. It's just nice to know what goes on around you because you don't want to be naive to the world.
I don't want. Well, if it's like that, I don't want to know.
It's crazy, man. Like, who would think that some of this shit would be going down, you know?
I thought we were living in a really nice area. We
It's
got
everywhere.
a
It's
very,
everywhere.
very nice neighborhood.
It's everywhere, though.
Beautiful. Everyone's got white picket fences. Gorgeous neighborhood. 2 miles from the house, we got fucking prostitutes standing at the freaking gas station with a hotel. It's
Oh,
weird.
it's more than 2 miles, but yeah, it's bad.
Is it more than 2 miles?
Oh yeah,
I feel like it's close.
Well, you can walk a mile in 15 minutes. They say, right? You would take about an hour to walk there. Something about 4 miles. To walk to that gas station,
it's still
it would
fucking
take
too damn close.
It would take between 45 minutes and an hour. So
I had
3 and
no
4 miles.
idea that shit was going on until you brought it to my attention. You're like, you see all the prostitutes out here?
See,
I'm like, I don't pay attention to
I'm
that.
not hiding it from you. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. You know, I want you to know how weird this shit is.
And I don't know what store you were working at the time, but like it was every night when you would come home.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you'd be like, yep, this prostitute's still here. I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, when I worked at Myrtle Beach, there was a couple. There was one that asked me for a ride home one night. They're like, oh, I'm only going over there. And I'm like, well, why don't you just walk if it's only over there? And I got in my car and left. And they thought
Fucking weirdos.
They thought that me and one of the girls were dating that I worked with because we left at the same time. We left the store at the same time. And it was dark. It was winter time.
Well, you kind of have to. I mean, it's nice as a man to help a woman
Of
go
course.
to the dark parking lot.
But we walked out at the same time, and it's a very small parking lot, the place I used to work at. And we left at the same time, so I waited for her because it was dark, man. It was like wintertime. It was like 5:36, and it was just dark. And there's no lights on that side of the parking lot where we had to park as employees. And so we left, and then the woman like jumped beeline after us and was like, hey, can I get a ride with you lovely people? You lovely couple? And we're like, no, we're not a couple, and no, you can't, or whatever. And she started walking to her car, and I started walking to mine, but then the woman beelined to her, so I was just standing there waiting. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go, you know, making sure nothing goes down. And then she, like, said something and got in her car, drove off. I got my car, right when I turned the key, knock, knock, knock on the window. I'm like, just get the fuck out of here. I'm just going over there. I'm like, just fucking walk over there then.
Well, now,
Turned
see,
the car and left.
I don't like where your store is now.
Yeah, it's.
I've been there one time,
It's a shady area.
and from what I remember, it seemed shady to me. It was like, I don't know, not much over there.
No.
But see, you've been there for a while now, so you've been able to drive around and stuff. But like, I think it's a very shady and
There's
dark
a lot of
area.
police in a very close area, so I mean, it's a small
I
town
don't,
with
I
a lot
don't
of
like
police.
that store at all.
Yeah, but you know, pays the bills. It's not too bad.
Well,
And hopefully, if I get shot, I'll get
oh
a
my
nice,
god,
a
listen
nice
to
chunk
him.
of change. Just shoot me in the arm, don't shoot me in the face. Too beautiful.
Too beautiful. He's too beautiful.
But anyway, yeah. So that's that. I mean, I don't want to talk too much more about prostitutes, even though.
No,
like,
we went down a long path with smokes and prostitutes.
Well,
I
one
didn't
thing-
think that was going to come up.
one thing does lead to another in that situation, and that's what happens. The prostitutes will ask you for a cigarette, they get you to stop, and then they have you there for
No
conversation.
prostitute that I ever know has
Hey,
asked
you get a
me
cigarette?
for a smoke.
Well-
I've never... random people,
Yeah.
male and female, yes, but I've never
Well,
looked at a woman like...
Well,
oh, this is a
They're not
prostitute.
gonna. You're not their ideal customer. Like a female customer doesn't go to a female prostitute. They go to just a random chick and be like, "Hey, want to go fuck somewhere?" Like, no, it's always guys.
Because a prostitute to me looks like someone that's in Grand Theft Auto.
No.
With those fucking tight ass
No,
mini
a lot of them,
skirts.
like there are some. The ones that apparently
Freaking tube tops.
yeah, from
the
what
hair
I've
all
read.
done.
From what I've read in that forum message board, I haven't gone there in a long time.
They look
it's been a
normal.
while. No, like a lot of them, the ones that walk down the strip or whatever, they will dress up provocatively,
Stilettos
especially
and
during
stuff.
bike week. They will.
Okay. Oh, well, God, yeah.
But then you've got ones like the one that I saw at the Walmart parking lot. This just looked normal. I mean, you could tell she was on drugs and strung out, but she was dressed, not, pretty conservatively, like not crazy or anything. The problem is like you gotta figure, man, they're on drugs. They're fucking disgusting. And that's why I was always calling to legalize it, because then you can clean them up and do something with them and get them off the streets eventually, and whatever, test them. But I've gone into that a lot. Our buddy Matt Schaffer went into that as well, so I appreciate him reaching out and asking for a topic and me giving him that one, because that's a very interesting. But
that was nice, and that gave him a good topic to talk about for quite a few minutes.
He went into it for a while.
He's doing pretty good with that.
He's doing really good. I'm very proud of him. He's a good kid, and yeah.
Good kid. Is he younger than you?
Who isn't?
That's probably true. Is he seriously younger than you?
Of course he is.
Oh my god.
I'm old as fuck.
We're fucking old, man.
Fucking old as shit, man.
I don't feel like I'm old.
Of course
not. In my head, I feel like I'm still in my 20s.
Oh yeah.
But when I think about it, I'm going to be 40. That's a rude slap in the face, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't like it. So, that kid.
He is a kid. They're all kids.
But I mean, his solo show is doing pretty damn good over there.
I like it. It's pretty good.
So, good for him. And I like the fact that he reached out to you for a topic, because that was a good topic that you had.
A very good topic.
And got a lot of response. So hopefully he got some good response for it.
So somebody sent a long message to him on there. So, I mean, I appreciate the feedback on it. I'm sure he does too.
I cannot remember who the hell that was.
I don't know. They left a very detailed reply though, so I'm happy he got it, and I'm glad to help him a little bit with something, because he's helped us tremendously, and I would like for him to reach out some more, because I got a whole pocket full of ideas, man. I got a whole fucking satchel. My brain is full of shit.
Yeah, you're the one to go to for ideas, because you talk about some random.
Dude, I can't wait.
Punk ass shit, man, that can get people pissed off.
I can't wait, because the return of my solo podcast will be on Tuesday. It will be Tuesday.
I know we're not going to say much of anything, but when is your interview?
My interview will be held.
Because I don't even know what your days off are.
We're shooting for Wednesday night, but I'm not going to post it. And I'm off Sunday and Saturday, so.
Wait, so you're off tomorrow,
I'm working Monday through Friday.
Next Saturday, okay.
Yeah, working Monday through Friday. So what's going to happen is.
Oh, yeah, because she's got an art class. I forgot. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to record with him, and I'll post it sometime later on next week. So, I mean, it'll be up there.
So you'll do that. You'll do your solo, and then we'll do another one Friday night.
Of course. It'll be fun. Everything will be fine. We're just back to normal schedule.
Yay!
It'll be nice.
It's so nice to have a normal schedule again.
I can't wait to do a solo again, man. There's a lot of rage pent up, and I know we talked about me not flipping out as much as my older solos, because it was starting to come into the season of interviews, and I knew things were coming up. I was kind of nervous.
It's all right, people. Don't worry. He's been flipping out just off the mic.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I'm kidding.
I can't wait to scream again into the mic. I might even do another ride-along episode, because that was fun.
Tomorrow is football season, and I'm sure you'll.
The Giants play the Eagles.
Take it out with that.
I'm not sure when this one's going to be posted. I think it's going to be posted on Monday, probably. And
did you figure out anything that was going on with your football tickets?
Yeah, I'm getting them. I just don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. So I know I'm giving one away. I don't know if the other party's going to take the other one or not, but we'll see. We will see. All right, so we're going to take a quick break.
Yes.
All right, so we will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we are back for a little midway break, and boy, we had another topic while we were out there. It's funny, because sometimes we go out there, we just kind of look at each other. We don't actually, talk much, but today we started talking. And
we don't talk much.
Well, I started reminiscing a little bit, and I'm like, you know what I want to do? We were talking about New York and places we used to live, and I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to go back one last time, and I asked you, and I was surprised by your answer.
I don't know why you would want to go back. That's not where you were
Well,
born
I
and
changed
raised.
my tune really quick, and I altered my pick of
That's where
place
I
to
was
go.
born and raised, was upstate New York. So.
Well, I mean, I was there for, a decade? Just about a decade of my life. It was a long time.
Yeah, because we've been together. Yeah, okay.
So, I mean, a lot of my life was spent there. A third of my life probably was spent there. So, I mean, I kind of wanted to go back and just drive through. Didn't really have a lot of experiences there, and I didn't really do a lot.
I'm sorry, and I know this is not the topic we were talking about, but it literally just popped into my head.
Is it going to derail us, or can we save it till after?
No, listen, because I'm going to lose it.
Write it down if it's going to fuck us up. We fuck around too much as it is.
People having doppelgangers.
Oh,
And
so write this one down. Save it. We'll come back to
God
this. Because
damn
this is,
it!
no,
Because it's in my head.
Well, I'd write it down, you bimbo. That's where you got the book. Well, the thing is like, this. Oh, you spelled that completely
It's
wrong.
alright. It's alright.
Doppelgangbang, is that what you wrote? Well, no, well, the thing is, keep it there, because that'll get me going something else. But anyway, we were sitting there, and we were talking about, like, places to go back, whatever, and I was like, I would kind of like to go back, just kind of see the old neighborhood and, like, where we used to live. Just stupid shit, right? But then I changed my mind. I'm like, you know, I kind of like to go back to Jersey, because I haven't been back to Jersey since I was 25, and it's been 12 years. And I would like to go back to the old arcade I hung out and shit like that. And I think I might do that. It will be fun. I got a couple drink skis in me right now, so I probably won't do it.
Exactly, because
I would love to.
You've talked about this for years.
Yeah, I know, and I'm getting older, and there's this, things are changing, and I would like to go, like, maybe like to the old arcade, the train station, have a slice of keto pizza.
It has been since before Samantha was born. Samantha is 11.
Yeah.
Since you've been back there.
It's been a very long time. I don't talk to anybody from there really anymore, but I just want to go, just take a trip down memory lane, just drive through, take pictures of a couple different places. Just take pictures of old buildings and shit, just things that meant something to me, because I had a lot of history there. I've done a lot of shit, you know, and it would just be kind of cool just to drive through. I mean, like, that's what some people do. Like, that's what every Stephen King movie starts, or book, whatever. A person goes back to their old hometown and encounters demons. Hey, like, maybe I'll fight a demon when I'm there or some shit, if it's like a Stephen King book. Because that's how it started. They went back to Derry, and and remember that? The adults, that's how it started. The adults went back to Derry, and then it flashed back to the kids, and it flashed back to the kids, isn't it? Isn't that how it started?
No.
Well, that's how the second half started. They went back to Derry.
No, that's not.
Yeah,
no,
it was.
The black guy, I can't remember his name.
He never left. He never left.
And
he got them all back together.
Kids started disappearing
and
again.
He made phone calls.
Yeah, he called them back. So he was already... No, they
well,
didn't.
Maybe someone's going to call me and say, you got to come back to Middlesex, New Jersey.
That's different.
We made that pact. That video ever got out, we all had to find the person who took it and burn it.
They didn't just decide to go back. Like, there was a reason. And
well, listen, I have a horrible fucking memory. I was halfway there, okay?
I don't know, but I'm not liking... You brought up it, and I'm not liking the preview for the next one.
It looks okay.
No, it doesn't.
They changed everything about it because they have to. Because I mean, how many other ideas are there out there that haven't been thought of that people just are too close-minded?
So why are you gonna ruin it? Just do what you just redo exactly how it was done with.
But then
up to date camera
makes no
production
sense.
And whatever.
Makes no sense. All right, so you want to go over your doppelganger thing?
Okay, so here's the thing. People always say that there's a doppelganger.
Oh, I know where you're going. We talked about this before.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
About how there's someone out there that looks exactly like you.
Yep.
And we had gone to a park one day with Samantha as like 18-month-old.
So apparently someone hit the genetic lottery.
I was pregnant with Jenna, right? And we were pushing Samantha in the swing because she was a baby. And like this big bitch just came out on her porch and just started yelling across the street at the park. Like, are you going to pay your child support? And just started going off on your ass. And I'm like,
motherfucker, that's that motherfucker. And I'm like, all sorts of shit.
What the hell is going on?
And all of a sudden, daddy, daddy, daddy. Some kids screaming, daddy. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Like, weirdest fucking thing. Like, seriously, that was just a weird area. But
it was strange, but like, we're at the park having a family day. Our first, like, family outing at the park. Our kid was having a good time.
And I knew you were from Jersey and that you had come up. Like, you had never been to New York before.
Never been to New York. This is not
so I knew
very long after.
That you obviously didn't have some 3-year-old boy, you know.
Yeah, this kid screaming, daddy.
And it was just like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
She called you a bitch. Didn't she call you a bitch? He's with like, some new bitch. Oh, that's his new bitch. He's ignoring you.
Oh, my God.
And like the friend's hyping her up. He's with his new bitch. He's ignoring you.
So we left the park, and we're like, okay, that's enough of that. And then you had gone into a Cumberland Farms, which is like
Cumberland Farms,
convenience store.
And the woman who was hyping up the big bitch was profusely apologizing to me. And I'm like, wait a second, why are you apologizing to me?
A clerk. She was a cashier at the gas station that we had gone to.
Of course, I was buying some Milwaukee's Beast.
And she's like, oh, you're not him, but you look like him. I'm
like, who are you talking about? I'm like, listen, it's fine. I was like, but it kind of ruined my day at the park with the kid.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she's like, and she's like, well, I know you're not him because you have a tattoo on your neck.
Mm-hmm.
And tried to make small talk with me. And every time we saw her, like we saw
She
her
said
and her
it again.
mom at the grocery store, and she would always make a scene out of it, like, "Oh, that's the guy we, And
But I remember working at Hannaford and looking up, and the dude was at the deli counter.
yeah,
With the leather jacket, because remember back then you had that
I had
leather
a cool,
jacket and
cool
a
ass leather
hat,
jacket, yeah.
and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing here? Because
And
it
I've
was your
never-
day off, and you had the baby,
Yeah.
and I'm like, and I had to do a double take, like, and he looked exactly like you.
And I never
And it was
seen this human
the
being in my
weirdest
life.
fucking thing.
We've never been in the same area.
That's the one and only time that I saw him. But like, I remember going to our baker, which was the woman I was talking about with the smokes.
Yep.
And saying, doesn't that look like him? And she's like, holy fuck.
It's
Like,
so
it was
weird.
the oddest thing. I've never seen that.
I've
ever in my
never seen
life.
this guy. I don't know who he is. I would like to meet him one day, but then maybe we'd have to fight to the death immediately because there can be only one.
It was just the oddest thing. I'll never forget that. Being at a park and just this
That was
woman
crazy.
just going the fuck off.
It was crazy. Now, you want to know something? And
You need to
this
pay your
goes into
child
the-
support. What the fuck are you doing with this
How
bitch?
about this? How about this? Okay, now I'm gonna throw something at you right now, and I wish I can just, and I kind of want to ring Billy Ray Valentine right now. I kind of want to get him on the show right now
Oh boy.
because you're bringing this story up, and I'm thinking to myself in my head, what if this is true? The kind of shit that these guys talk about, the alternate
Right.
universes.
You know,
And
different
like
timelines and
me and him
stuff.
can never cross paths. It's like Marty McFly with the DeLorean. Like
Yeah.
maybe there was a DeLorean parked around the corner, and this guy's trying to intersect into my life.
It was just that it's because I didn't
It's so weird.
believe the bitch. When we were at the park, she was
Yeah.
bitching at you, and I'm like, well, number one,
We joked about it on the way
Yeah,
home. Like, oh,
number
you
one,
you got a family you're not telling me about?
I knew that he had never been to New York, not that
Never.
area,
Yeah, well, Manhattan, yeah.
let alone have a fucking kid. So like that didn't bother me at all. Like that didn't even cross my mind. But like I thought it was funny.
I was so bothered by it because it was like, Daddy.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
I don't
so
know
fucking
you.
weird. And then you ran into the friend at
Mm-hmm.
the gas station who explained it, and then I saw the dude at the grocery store.
And you saw the friend because I remember we were at the
Yeah.
supermarket up there, and the friend was with her mom and said something, and I remember the mom stopped us and talked to us, and like we all kind of like joked and laughed about it.
It was just the oddest thing. I've never had to deal with that before in my life. Nothing since then.
Mm-hmm.
I've never. People talk about doppelgangers all the time. Never seen one.
It's just so weird how me and this guy
It
have
was-
never crossed paths, and we lived there for a very long
But a
time.
leather jacket
Yeah,
and a baseball cap.
exact same look.
Exact same look.
And I don't, and like, I would say I didn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it if that experience at the park didn't happen.
Yeah, it was
Because
just
apparently I
odd.
fooled this woman, her friend, and the kid that I was
Mm-hmm.
this guy. Unless they got me close up, then I think he didn't wear glasses and he didn't have the tattoo.
Yeah, see that I don't. It was so long ago. I don't remember.
I think that's what she said.
But-
like proved that I wasn't the guy. I think it was a tattoo, maybe. I don't know.
I was in the bakery and he was in the deli when I saw him.
Yeah.
So, like, I looked up and did a double take. I'm like, no,
so
I know
fucking weird. It
goddamn
creeps me out a
well
little bit.
that the baby is home.
Yeah.
Why is he here on his day off without the baby? Where the fuck is the baby?
It's called parallel universes cross intersecting. Okay.
That's odd.
So maybe like
It's fucking odd.
maybe the worlds collided or some shit a couple of times, and like we just never crossed paths, and it was impossible for us to, or who knows, man. It's just
Well, I mean,
it blows the mind.
I
It
don't
really
know.
does. It blows the mind, man.
It's odd. But, well, there's your doppelganger living in upstate New York,
I-
a place you fucking hate
You know
with
what?
a passion.
You know what? I hope he's doing well. That's all I can say. I hope he's
Hope
doing
he's
well.
paying his child support.
I hope he finally
goddammit.
met that kid, because that kid is a teenager now. So I hope he's hanging out with that kid. God damn it!
Oh man.
Oh my god! You know what'd be fucking weird is if like he committed some crime and I got thrown in jail for it.
We
Like
have
some
a different name and fingerprints. That couldn't even happen.
parallel universes. Maybe they're the same fingerprints, same blood type.
See, don't say
same
something
saliva.
stupid like that.
I'm
That's
just,
stupid.
I'm just saying. This is some weird shit going on.
No, absolutely not.
What if that kid knocked on our door one day, Daddy? Like they were crying at the park.
Dude, you're asking for shit to start happening.
It's
now.
just so it's just like maybe what if the conspiracy horsemen are right about all this crazy shit, man? Like there's all these different universes and weird scenarios and things, you know? Like what if
I'll
that's
tell you
true?
what. I mean, I've got a big family. Not that I talk to them, but
Yeah.
I've never seen a doppelganger ever in my life.
I
Never
don't
in
think
my
I've
life
never seen
until I
either.
met you.
Never.
Like, I don't understand what the fuck I was seeing that night. I just don't. I still don't know. I should have gone up and just been like,
How?
"What's
Let
your
me-
name? Who the fuck are you?"
Let me run a scenario by you right now, okay? What if me and him did meet, but he killed me and took my place, and then something happens? Like, let's just say hypothetically,
Well, see,
something happens, and one of the kids needs a blood transfusion, and I'm not a match for either of them. We didn't have the same blood type. We're not even related. How fucked up would that be?
Now you're getting into like soap opera.
That's
fucking
some deep
weird
shit. That's like some Jason Morgan shit right there. Jason Morgan and the other guy who had his memories and whatnot.
Oh my god, man.
So like the kids need a perfect match. You can't do it for some other reason. And wait a second, we checked his blood type and he's not even their father.
Dude, that's fucked up. You
And
can't
then
do
all
that.
this-
You said he
dude.
doesn't have the tattoo or nothing. See, I
But-
didn't go up and talk to him. I saw
But
him.
maybe he had a matching tattoo to take my life. He's like, study me or some shit. He's like,
Oh my
oh,
god.
I love it.
So you got a whole nother life going on in
Pretty
upstate New
much,
York,
like maybe I have like a big beard and I'm like crawling out of the forest in some hole and I'm trying to get my family back after 10 years of being away
I don't
because some
know,
guy stole my
I'm
life.
telling you, the dude dressed like you. It was
Dude,
so
this is a movie
fucking
script. This is a
odd.
movie script right here. I guarantee you,
He
someone
wore-
listening is writing this shit
Because
down.
you don't wear a leather jacket anymore, but when you first moved to New York,
I had my leather jacket,
for like 4 years,
my Tommy Hilfiger leather
you
jacket.
had
Loved
that
it.
leather coat
Loved it.
and wore a baseball cap. No matter where we went, that is what you wore.
Mm-hmm.
And then
looked like the
jeans.
Unabomber. Yeah, I know. It was great.
And that dude was wearing the
Same
same
beard,
fucking
same
shit.
beard, the same long goatee and everything.
I can't. It was
Oh
I'll
my
never
God.
be able to describe it. Like, it's the oddest fucking thing.
Well, that's definitely going into the description because that was a pretty weird topic.
Well,
Speaking of weird topics, I do have a couple for you, and I want to get your views on this, okay? So, the first thing I want to talk about is feminism. And they were talking a lot about it, and I have nothing wrong with feminism. I love women. I live in a house with 5 of them, 2 of them being canines, and I love everyone in the house. Now, the thing about feminism is like it's a very broad topic. There's a lot of different directions you can go in. Almost everything you could say is going to come out wrong. So I have to preface it by saying we're idiots, and we're just putting out our own personal opinions on this. I'm going to go first, obviously, because I have very strong feelings on the whole topic.
you're bringing the topic up, so
Well, I'm going to want your feedback, obviously, because you are a woman. So there was a topic that came up in something I was listening to today where they said, like, there's a disparity between men and women's pay, and it's like 23 cents on the dollar. So what they were saying was, it's like, oh, feminism, we want this money. And it's like, if you have to put it that way, like, men do harder jobs. They die at a much quicker rate. And when you look at the role of a woman in the history of time...
already you're pissing me off, but go on.
No, I'm just saying, like, over the history of time, it's like, you know, you're supposed to be the nurturer, the one that stays home. The man's supposed to bring home the bacon. I know times have changed, obviously. But if a man and woman are doing the same exact job, then yes, they should be paid the same if it's the same exact job. But if a man is, like, doing, like, some coal miner job where you can die in that coal mine and a woman is like, a receptionist, then, yeah, he should be paid a little bit more because it's a life-threatening job.
Okay, well, those are 2 different things.
But, like, they have other things, too, like vice president, shit like that, or vice presidents of a corporation, or CEOs and shit like that. How, like, it's predominantly male, and I don't see it because in my company it's mostly female. Like, mostly females have the high-powered jobs.
Well, but you don't have one of those. You have a retail job.
Yeah,
It's not like one of those big major.
yeah, it's like the
things.
whole good boy thing, but
But you have a retail job. Like Walmart, right? Okay, we'll say Walmart as an example. Walmart is a retail store. So you take Walmart, but it's not the people that run that store are not the people that are in that store.
Mm-hmm.
It's the corporate who's above them.
Yeah.
So who's in your store, like your company, who's running it? Who's above all that?
There's a man
Isn't
right
all
now.
female?
There's a man right now, but there's a lot of females. In like my area, there's a female.
Even
who gets,
above, like those top people are all female?
The top guy that is a man, but like there's a woman who's above all the guys here. The top is a guy.
And is she getting paid? You don't know.
She is getting paid.
But do you know, is she getting paid more than the men?
Oh yeah, I know for a fact she is.
So, well, there you go.
But like the whole equal pay thing is how this whole topic started. That's not where I want to focus the conversation. But they were talking about feminism and shit like that, and how woman, hear me roar. But it's like, do you feel like just because you're a woman, you should just equally get that pay, or should it be job performance based? Like there should be.
Now listen, if you do the same exact fucking job as a goddamn man, you should get the same goddamn pay.
But it should be performance based too. Like if the guy's working harder than the woman, or if the woman's working harder than the guy.
Who's to fucking say that?
Performance numbers. There's metrics and things like that you can use to say
In
who's
what?
doing more.
In
like,
what?
But a lot of them are saying that they should get it just because they're a woman. And I'm going to lead this into another topic that's going to go a little deeper into.
But we're
the whole
not
thing.
done with this.
No, because I got another part of this.
Say we have a male teacher and we have a female teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit. Okay, so let's.
So they're both third
make
grade.
sure that they're exactly third grade teachers.
Third grade math teachers.
Whatever.
Okay.
They get paid the same.
Let's say over the past 5 years, the woman's math students come out excelling like 90% and above on their test scores, but the man's is 75% and above. But the man is getting paid, 50 cents more on a dollar.
See, now you're getting way too much into it.
Then that's the problem. Then maybe she has a reason to complain. Of course she would, because her students perform better because she's teaching them better and getting them prepared for the next grade.
Okay, well then fine. Then a female McDonald's person and a male McDonald's person should be getting paid the same.
Doing the same exact job, yeah. Because there's really no metric
So
on
a teacher was obviously the wrong way to go because you're talking test scores
because
and
teachers,
all that stuff.
there are metrics. McDonald's, there really aren't. Like, okay, well, who comes...
Okay, so if you have the same job...
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If neither one's late all the time and one's offering to do things, the other
well,
one's not
obviously,
doing.
like, how many 6 days have you had? Are you late?
Yeah, are you late? Do you take on extra tasks? How fast do you check your customers in and out?
How many times do you get written up or whatever the hell the stupid thing is?
There are metrics in every job, so it should be by metrics. That's what I'm saying. Like it shouldn't just be because the women that were saying, we need equal pay are the ones saying that all men and women should be paid equal for any job. There's metrics. It should be fair across the board.
But people are bitching because it's not.
Yeah. My boss was a woman, but she had more responsibility, so I had no problem with her getting paid more than me. She had more responsibility. She had to do calls in the morning and
she was a tier up from you.
Exactly. So I had no problem with it, But
that's the way it should be.
But if I was doing more than her, then I would be like, all right, well, we got a cause for concern here because I'm doing more, and here this is this and this, and I demand more pay. But it's all metric. You shouldn't be giving something just because you feel you've earned it, And that's where I want to lead.
But if a man and a woman are coming up off the street and getting hired for the same exact job,
and they have the same exact level of
they
experience,
should be paid the same amount.
Of course.
That's what people are bitching about.
Of course. Well, not what I was listening to. The thing I listened to is the fact that, like, if they're doing the exact same job, they should just automatically get paid equally, even though the metrics may not be the same, and the metrics have to be the same to get the same pay. If you're performing better, then you should get more pay, obviously, because you're performing better, man or woman. I don't care who gets the pay. I don't give a shit. To be honest with you.
And that all depends on what type of job you have. Like you have a job where it's kind
metrics
of like,
are everything.
Yeah, the more you sell, the more you get paid.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the type of job. Like I said, McDonald's. I mean, it's just regular people.
There's not many metrics.
Yeah. There's nothing to base that off of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who cares how much you sell in fucking McDonald's? McDonald's is going to make millions and millions and millions.
They don't care.
Billions of dollars, whatever the fuck.
But there are metrics still. I'm sure they have their own metrics.
I mean, really, how many hamburgers can you sell today?
Oh, no, I don't think it's a sales thing. I think it's like in our hot zones, like who can have the best rate of success with money with the least amount of staffing. So if there's a male manager and a female manager, like the morning manager,
and then I have a problem with that.
Yeah, it doesn't make as much with less people.
Then I have a problem with that because let's say that one McDonald's is in a high volume area, and then another McDonald's is in an area where there isn't a lot of stuff. Like, we had McDonald's down here. Mm. I guarantee you the one in Myrtle Beach makes more than the one that's in Myrtle's Inlet because there's tourist people there.
Well, they tier by percentages is what they do. And they're also franchised too. Well, they're also franchised. So McDonald's is a bad example, but Walmart is a good one. Let's say like a Walmart in Myrtle Beach, which has a higher, rate of customers and shit like that, door swings, whatever you want to call them.
Than the one in Garden City.
The Garden City one. All right. So then like the male manager is Myrtle Beach and the Garden City is a female. It would be by percentage. So your store year over year made more money than this one, so you win. And you get the bigger bonus. Even though the Garden City store, like Garden City store made $10 million more.
That's kind of fair.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's
agree. Metric based. That's how I see it should be.
Right.
It shouldn't be because you're a woman, you need this. Like, no, it's not some movement. It should be by performance. Always.
Okay, so let's just say, like, I agree with something like, let's take out like managers and stuff altogether, all the higher ups. Mm-hmm. Let's take them out. Say two people were going in to work in a grocery store. They were both cashiers.
Okay.
One male, one female.
Mm-hmm.
If they go in there, they're starting at the bottom of the barrel. They should both get paid the freaking exact same.
Yeah, of course.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's where I see it. But when you bring what you were saying into it, like I see that. Why are they bitching about stuff like that?
They're bitching just because like they always think that women should get paid the same as men no matter what. And I'm all for equal pay.
No matter what. There's got to be a reason behind it.
There has to be. Yeah. Individual basis.
It depends.
Whoever does the best job gets the money.
Each situation is different. Yeah. We brought up like I think 5 different examples.
Well, I mean, I could even dumb it down for people that probably aren't following what we're doing. I'm not saying people are dumb out there, but I'm just saying like for some people that are having a hard time following.
I'm barely following.
All right, so
and
let's
I've had
just
a few
say,
drinks.
All right, so let's just say the New York Giants kicker Aldrich Rosas.
And there we go. I'm out.
All right. So like the New York Giants field goal kicker, right? Misses 5 field goals in a row. The Giants are looking for another kicker. They hold tryouts, right? 3 guys show up and 1 woman shows up. The 3 guys are just missing all day. The one chick comes, she's a former soccer player. She's nailing them all day. Fucking hire her. Give her a $10 million contract. I don't give a shit. Get the best person for the job.
She doesn't deserve what the field kicker, or what the one guy already has.
But if he missed all those field goals and she's nailing them and she goes and kicks a game-winning field goal.
For a long time.
Business is business.
No,
whoever does the best.
That's not no.
People don't get paid, for lifetime
he
achievement.
Has seniority. He was there for a long time.
But but football contracts can be, as
is he going anywhere?
He can. There was a guy today, as a matter of fact, who was a Raiders player for a very short time. He was a wide receiver. This is one
topic. You still have 3 more controversial freaking topics.
He was a Raiders receiver named Antonio Brown. The Steelers got rid of him because he was a troublemaker.
This is gonna be a long podcast.
I don't know, but he went to the Raiders. There was a bunch of shit that happened in a very short time, couple of months. Finally, today they dropped him. And before he even played 1 game, he barely even had a practice. And they fired him. And then the Patriots picked him up immediately for a 1-year contract. So, I mean, the thing about football is, like, things change. The example I'm trying to get at is, like, if these... And I'm not talking about the Giants kicker who missed and they're trying to get a new one. If 3 guys showed up at practice and 1 chick showed up to take this guy's job and the chick does better than the guy, she needs all the money. To give her the money, I don't care if you're a woman or male. I don't care where the money goes. I just think it should go to the best performer. And that's just where I wanted to take that whole thing.
No. I'm a female saying that if this female kicker is going to come in, she's a rookie,
and
right?
She takes this guy's job.
She's just coming in.
She's better.
Okay.
See, that's what I mean.
She's better now, but he also was there for years. You cannot tell me that she's going to come in and get his automatic high rate pay that he just left at. No, you work up to that.
I didn't say that. Like, maybe he's making $12 billion. She can come in for 10. The contract is negligible.
Okay, fine, but she's not coming in making what he was making. You got to prove yourself.
Depends how good
through
she
the
does.
Season or whatever.
Well, then you
she
sign
proved herself through a fucking tryout.
Well, then you sign her to a 1-year contract at a lower rate. Then if she blows out of the water next year, she gets a double.
Okay, well, I'm not saying double either. But like, let's not listen. I'm a female.
If she kicks a game-winning kick in the Super Bowl, she gets that double.
Oh God.
Especially if it's for the Giants. Well, anyway, like I wanted to talk about feminism again. So the next topic.
Oh, fuck me.
No, it's not. Well, what do you think about like the overstepping the boundary? I mean, like the last topic we had was very valid. It was very valid. It was about money and things like that. And we both had good points, and I'm sure people are screaming at their computers right now.
I can't spell it all, but that's all right.
Well,
I'm writing in my handy-dandy notebook.
Do you think feminism is being trivialized at this point because they're going overboard with it? And I'm talking about the left a lot with this. And what they do is they're taking it to the extreme where everything has to be a feminist movement, no matter how small or minuscule it is. Let's say if you, myself, the girls, are at the beach and we're with a couple friends, right? Let's say our friends that were already here.
Mm-hmm.
And her husband says to us, and it's me, you, a female obviously, and our 2 daughters, he goes, "Hey guys, come over here." And if you stopped and said, "We're not guys.
No.
We're not guys," and I'm offended.
I'm going to stop you right there. Seriously?
No, because this is a story that I heard, and this is what got me fired up in the car.
Not.
This
Absolutely
got me fired
not.
up.
But seriously, people are bitching about that?
There's a story out there going on right now where a woman got offended because her and her male co-workers, and there was like 5 or 6 guys and her, and I guess like the person who took them out on like a company trip, they said, "Hey guys, let's go." She took offense to being called guys.
Oh
I don't
my
identify
God.
as a guy, and freaked out, and this whole feminist movement backing her because the boss called them guys. Like, "Hey guys."
Seriously, bitch, grow the fuck up.
It's something that innocent as guys is turning into this whole thing. Do you think this is really setting women back as far as trivializing the feminist movement? Because it shouldn't be about stupid shit. It should be about the important topics.
Listen. There's a lot of shit going on in the world. I don't get offended by most of it. I'm a female. Grow the fuck up. If
Vince Russo called you bro. He called you
He
bro.
called me bro. You know what? I'm so fucking flattered that he called me bro. I'm so fucking happy.
Awesome.
But like, if we were at the beach and our guy friend had said, "Hey guys, come here, let me show you something,"
yeah, you're not gonna stop him.
I would have gotten up and gone and looked. I would have never even thought twice.
Put your hands in your hips and pout your lip.
Never.
I'm not a guy.
Never in my life. These fucking people need to calm down.
Yeah.
Sit down and like reevaluate your life, because
it's the pronoun, all that bullshit thing that they want.
I don't. I feel like we're talking about this a lot lately. I don't like where the world is going.
That's exactly what's happening.
At all.
It's what's happening.
And it makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me want to throw up. These poor girls that we have are going to grow up in this world where they're going to be so fucking confused or so hurt and offended by shit that they shouldn't be offended by.
Unlike these people, they have good parents, and we're not going to let them go down that path.
But how many of us are there out there?
There's not many. I mean, well, maybe there are, because we have a lot of listeners, and hopefully they're on our side with this.
I'm worried that they're going to grow up out of school and be like, "Hey guys," and then all of a sudden there's a fucking goddamn lawsuit because you said fucking guys instead of... Yeah. Did you hear about...
You didn't call them by their proper pronouns, their preferred pronouns. It's all subjective, and it's bullshit, but yeah, there you go.
People are suing each other over the dumbest stuff, and I know this has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I'm just talking about suing people.
Mm-hmm.
This is how ridiculous the world is getting to. There is a woman, and I don't have the article pulled up in front of me, who is suing her next door neighbor because she is a vegan and they keep grilling meat next to her and she is sick of smelling the smell.
Yeah, I believe it. I truly believe it.
Like, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. And that's how the world is going.
So what about her growing plants? You know, I'm a meat eater. I'm a carnivore, and and I can smell the soy meat next door.
But she's what gives you the right to sue?
Then I would countersue.
That family, whoever that family is living on their property. Mm-hmm. They should be able to grill out whatever the fuck they want.
It's so dumb, man.
Whether you're a vegan or not, and because you gotta smell it, then go the fuck in your house.
Mm-hmm. There's just so much dumb shit, and it's all being trivialized because there are honest women out there that have legitimate causes.
So people that are getting offended about, "Hey guys, come here," like, this is how we're living. We're gonna be 80 years old, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna shoot myself in the face.
And the world is going to go to hell.
Yeah, well,
that's all it is.
I'm glad we're halfway through.
And I feel like I should really talk to my father about this. Like.
When he was a kid, it wasn't like this.
When he was a kid...
Things are worse for women, though.
But when he grew up and, like, he had me and my sisters, like, what was he thinking as we were growing up. Because I'm thinking all sorts of shit when these girls are growing up.
Yeah.
Like, the world is fucked up. Like, I know my dad has a big problem with, like, video games. This is why people are shooting people. Like,
no.
I know that's not the reason.
I think video games keep people from shooting people, to be honest with you.
I think each generation has kids, and then they're like, oh, fuck, what did we bring our kids into?
Yeah, it's always been that way. Since the beginning of
horrible.
time, it's a timeless story. It's like Cinderella, you know?
Mm-hmm.
There's always something. But, like, with this whole thing, you are really holding women back with these baseless claims. Because what it does is the media exacerbates it. So let's say if I'm an owner of a company, and some woman comes in, you know, and I'm like, you know, maybe I don't want to hire her because of this woman shit. I don't want the headache. I don't want the hassle. I don't want the Me Too shit. You know, I just want to prevent this from happening by not hiring this woman. And you hire all men.
But you have
she could have been a good woman. She could have been just like us. She could have been like a regular human being who hates this shit. But the guy hiring her in a position to hire won't do it. Wait.
That woman can sue.
Yeah, but maybe she's not like that. Maybe she missed out on a great job opportunity because the guy
supposedly you can sue for prejudice or whatever the fuck because you have to, like, you can't not get hired because you're pregnant. You can't not get hired because you're a certain race.
Well, obviously the guy wouldn't say, I'm not hiring because you're a woman who's going to Me Too me.
But that was always my problem with shit. Always. Like, you're not going to say, well, I'm sorry, we're just not going to hire you. Or actually, you don't even hear that. You just don't get the phone call.
Yeah.
But in your head, you're thinking, well, I didn't get hired because I was pregnant. Mm-hmm. Or I didn't get hired because I was a female. So that female is going to immediately just start making numbers.
That's hypothetical. In my scenario, she's like a person like us who's like, oh shit, I didn't get this job, and she would have done really well at it. But it's like just because the guy had self-doubt, you know, in himself and hiring a woman because he's afraid he's going to get Me Too'd or something because all the shit in the media because people are going crazy.
Because people are fucking stupid.
What happens if I have to discipline her for a legitimate cause? Is she going to say I came on to her? Let's say if like I pat her in the back and say, hey, good job, Cindy.
So let me ask you this, right?
Weird.
Because
before you say it, I do want to say this one thing. We have a thing in my job where you have to take a coworker, like one of your
damn it! I think you're about to answer what I was about to ask.
And you have to take someone out for like an hour and go prospecting for business leads.
Okay, that's something different. Yep.
And we have 2 females in the store, and I have never taken one of them out, and I won't do it. Not because I don't like them. I think they're both swell people.
Well, you can't.
But I'm not going to take one of them in my car.
And it has nothing to do with them.
Drive around them for an hour. There's nothing at all. It's just the world, and it puts paranoia in my head. It has nothing to do with them. They're great people. But it's just that notion, the fact that it's out there. So I just want to throw that out there, too.
So my question to you is, because you work and you're a manager, right? So what happens if you were to have a problem with a female coworker who either didn't show up to work on time or called out or didn't do their job or whatever? So you had to talk to that person. What would you do? Would you go into the office? I would make sure
my other managers in there with me.
Okay, see,
that's how we handle things.
That's the world that we live in now.
You have to have someone there.
When I grew up, when I first got a job, it was just manager, coworker. Like, if I did something wrong or
you get pulled into a room, and it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable.
It's definitely uncomfortable. But like, you know, they told you like, well, you should have done this, and like you signed a paper and that was it. But now you have to have like backup, like and then that one person is feeling like completely outnumbered. Yeah. Like, I don't like that feeling either. Well, so the whole damn situation sucks.
Well, we make it very comfortable. We're very open. We're like, listen, we just want to have it here as like a third party, just so nothing gets misunderstood.
But how uncomfortable is it for that one person when it's 2 against 1, even though it's one person talking to one?
I'm cool as hell. That's why they're always like, all right, cool. Because like they know I'm very, because everyone knows that I work with, I'm very neutral. And if I hear something wrong on either side, I'll call them out on it. So everyone gets along. It's just how you approach things and how you present yourself as a human being. That's really what gets it going. But that whole thing, like, I just feel really bad for women out there that need help, legit help, and get turned away
people are ruining it.
people are ruining it for them. It's exactly like that's like the boy that cried, "Oh, there's a wolf in the neighborhood. There's a wolf in the neighborhood," and there's never one there. The second a wolf goes and eats another kid, they're gonna be like, "No, there wasn't a wolf." Exactly, the boy who cried wolf, and that's the perfect example for that. And it's super annoying, and I hate it, and I really do
You
feel
hate it.
bad.
I'm sick of hearing about it.
You're a woman, bad.
Like it makes me feel like I don't like it.
No one can trust each other. We're all everyone's trying to get each other for something. It's so annoying.
That's how I feel. I feel like no matter who you talk to, it's like you got to be careful with exactly what you say because they could twist your words and use it against you and say you said something that you really didn't mean.
It's such
and then, like,
context is thrown out the window. No one understands anything anymore. I just don't get why we have to.
And not only that, but you can also be recorded or photoshopped or like, and then they can take their little computer programs and like, mess around with shit. I don't trust no one.
Oh, like the deep fakes? Oh my god.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, like I don't trust anybody.
We were talking about the one deep fake with Schaffer. No, not Schaffer. It was
Billy Ray.
Billy Ray. Yeah, thank you. And there was an actress named Christina Hendricks. And they did one with her where she pulls her top off or whatever, and it looked just like her, like exactly like her. It was flawless. And somebody like redigitized it, and it was someone else. And it's like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
If you can do it that convincingly, I mean, like,
who's to say that someone's not going to do that in a sex tape or
exactly? It's
in
insane.
like a dick pic or
Who's
whatever,
that?
and just like blackmail these people for no reason.
Exactly, and I mean, it's just going to get to a point where someone's going to rob a bank and they're going to put someone else's face on it, and that's just the way it is. They're going to get locked up because of a video. Eventually, you can't trust anything. We're all going to go into a state of unrest.
I don't trust anything now.
Yeah, but eventually you can't trust surveillance videos because that was deep faked. It's crazy. Like they had the video with Joe Rogan where he did like a 3-minute conversation about chimpanzees. Remember, I was listening to her playing games one night on the microphone. And he's like, "Hi, I'm Joe Rogan. Hey, Joe Rogan. This is Joe Rogan. Well, there are chimpanzees and we're gonna take over the world or some shit playing hockey." And it's like, what the fuck? And they made this using clips of his voice. So they could say, "Hi, I'm Joe Rogan. I murdered 15 people.
Right.
I'm guilty of all these crimes."
Just by mushing a bunch of words in several different conversations together. It's his voice saying it. Yeah. But it's a million different conversations.
We've done 120 something odd episodes now.
And we've said a lot of fucked up words.
We've said millions of words.
So you can say
thousands of hours of talking, or whatever.
You think my name or my face is ever going to be on this shit?
Exactly, and this is why, because we can't trust people. So there you go, Vince Russo. This is why we didn't go on video. We can't trust people, bro.
God, I can't.
No, it's just crazy though. I mean,
the world's gone to shit, and I love these kids to death, but God, I feel bad that we're going to be leaving them here without us, and it sucks. Like, I can't even imagine. And then they're going to have kids, and oh my God, what the fuck is going to happen?
What I'm hoping is something happens and everything turns back around and rights the world the way it's supposed to be. So, another thing I wanted to talk about was a voting separation. So, I was listening to a political thing today, and they were talking about the right trying to get Hispanic votes, and then they were talking about the left going after black votes, and I'm like, why do you have to go after black votes? Why do you have to go after Hispanic votes? Why do you have to go after white votes or Asian votes?
Because they're big groups.
But why can't you just go after votes?
I thought that too.
I would like for one person to come out and say, "Listen, I'm not looking for the black vote. I'm looking for the white vote. I'm looking for the Spanish vote. I just want your vote."
Because do you think that these political figures, after everything that they say during their whatever fucking speeches or whatever, that they actually go into office and do exactly what they say? All they want is that vote.
That's it. They want that vote and they're in. And
so they can go out there and say, "Oh, well, we'll do this and that for this certain area." Yeah. Doesn't mean they're going to do it.
They're not.
They just want your vote because you are a big group of people. And I've never liked that either. I don't know why it's all segregated like that. I don't like it. It's stupid. Like, we're all Americans. We're all people.
Yeah,
like,
you're creating separation and more hatred between the two sides.
I've never ever understood that.
Well, I mean, when you think about it categorically and historically, the Democrat side has always been like the black and Latino side with a few white guys sprinkled in, and then you have
white guy. I was a Democrat until a couple years ago.
This is how you always thought of it,
Mm-hmm.
And then, or the way it was displayed in media, and then you have the Republicans were always supposed to be like rich white people in suits,
Right.
They want your money. They're going to tax you and kill the poor people in these little small neighborhoods. Oh, we feel bad for you, pat you on the head, and we'll take care of you. Us Republicans or Democrats take care of you. And that's the way you were supposed to vote. And then, like, as you get older and you deep dive into it a little bit more, it's not really the way that they said it was growing up. So then you start, like, questioning your beliefs and the politics and shit. And you start listening to the facts and looking at the numbers, and it things, you were kind of lied to your whole life.
But they do. They go and they target certain audiences. They'll say certain things to grab those audiences, and it's fucked up. I don't understand. Understand it.
Which side plays the race card, and which side plays the cards of men and women?
And if that side is going to go after this, then I'm going to go after this.
Exactly.
Like, I don't understand it.
But
I don't understand why we can't just all be people and like just think of, I don't know.
But like they're always going after sides. They have to get sides. They've got to get this vote. They got to get and like they overly pander to get that vote. And it's like, you know what it's reminiscent of? It's reminiscent of like 3 8th graders and trying to become class president. Oh, I'm going to get you guys now and later. I'm going to get you guys soda. I'm going to get you guys pizza every Friday.
And which one do you like the best?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And like, how the hell is some 8th grader going to get pizza for everybody every Friday? It's just like, how the hell is this going to happen?
We're going to get vending machines in every hallway.
Oh man, we're going to get clean water. We're going to get rid of study hall. We're going to get rid of math class. Mm-hmm. It's like they're saying these impossible things, and whoever says the most legitimate impossible thing gets in. And it's just so annoying because like what you're doing is creating separation within the two parties. By saying, I'm going after the black vote, I'm going after the Spanish vote. I don't care about the white vote as much. The white people are evil. And then you got the Republican side.
The white people, there's so many that I guess it doesn't matter. It's wherever the white people fall, which is stupid. And I'm white.
So the Democrats try to get everything else. They try to get everything else to go against the other side. And it's insane. Dumb. It's insane, man. And like as a Hispanic voter, growing up, you were always told to vote for the Democrats because the Republicans were racist. You have to do it. Us all minorities got to stick together. And you grow up and it's like, wait, the Democrats never did shit for me. They never done a goddamn thing. This Republican guy gets in, I got money in my pocket.
Yep.
I was like, all right, I'm going to vote for them next time, And the more I listen to the Republican side talk, you don't really hear them bringing up race as much. You never hear it. But the Democrats are calling them racist all the time. Republicans are racist. They're racist. They're racist.
That's the problem. You listen to a lot of political shows, so a lot of stuff that you hear, a lot of stuff that you're talking about, I don't hear.
Yeah.
So
but, this
is all like people going off, and people like me aren't hearing that stuff. So I don't know. I only know it because of you.
Yeah. Well, I listen to a lot of conservative shows, and I listen to a lot of like a couple left shows. Like I listen to Bill Maher, he's extremely left. There's a couple other ones out there too, and I listen to like the Dana Show. I listen to
she ain't left.
She's conservative, but like she's like right in the middle. She'll bash both sides. But then I also like this guy named Buck Sexton. He's really right. But then, like, I'll listen to him, and he'll never go after the left the way the left goes after, and the left is overly into it. These guys are racist, they're bigots, blah, 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 blah. And you got this Ilhan Omar, and then, like, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she goes
Where the fuck has she been?
She's been pushed back. She hasn't been out there
Where
at
is
all.
she?
I think they might have her in a box somewhere.
When she first got elected to whatever, I don't even know who she is. Senator, I don't know what she is.
She's
governor. What is she?
She's in charge of like a certain section of New York. She's like
I don't know what she is.
A talking head, basically.
When she
an actress,
first
they call her.
Got elected to whatever position, holy shit!
Everywhere.
Her name, it was AOC. Constantly, man. I was so sick of fucking hearing her goddamn voice and her name. Have you seen the commercial where they're going after somebody? I don't know who it was, but cause see, I don't pay attention. I hate politics so much now that I just don't even pay attention.
Yeah.
It's someone, and then behind them they have Bernie Sanders, and then they have someone else, and then they have AOC, and she's got the big ass eyes. They had like the worst possible picture of her posted, and I'm just like, oh my god, man. It's where the fuck has she been? Because she hasn't been.
She's been screwing up a lot. She says a lot of dumb shit.
Who put her in there?
She barely won by a couple thousand votes. Yeah. She is a progressive.
Okay, so they put her in there because they're against Trump. So they put her in there, and she's a fucking moron.
Yeah.
So that's what you fucking get.
I mean, she's cute, and that's really.
I don't give a shit.
Why
she's
cute.
No,
like that's why they put her out there. She's cute and young. She's cute, young, and she's a minority. She checked off all the boxes. But my whole thing is like you attack the right so hard, it makes me question your motives. So you're sitting there saying, and they say, the Spanish, we're gonna get you guys jobs. We're gonna let the illegals in, and all that shit. And then with the blacks, like, we're gonna get you guys out of the hood. We're gonna fix your neighborhoods out of the ghetto.
Get the fuck out of here. You don't do nothing.
We're gonna be the saviors for you. And in my opinion, what that does is it's like, are you trying to say that the people that you want to vote for you are helpless? They can't help themselves. Mm-hmm. It really puts them down. You trying to pick them up, like it's just such a slap in the face of the people you're trying to get to vote for you. It's insane.
Is that your last topic?
No, I got one more.
Is this political too? Because this is like, oh fuck me.
It's not. Don't worry. This one we kind of blow through.
All right.
I was going to ask you what you think about reparations, because everything leads to another. Because I was listening to like one thing after another, and they were good topics. So I wanted to get our takes on it too.
Who do I have to thank for this? Who opened their mouth today and got in your head, and I had to thank for all this political shit?
This is actually the Bill Maher show.
God damn you, man.
And my thing about the reparations was they were basically saying how, they're saying like, people deserve reparations for slavery years and years and years and years ago. And
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I personally have a take on this. I thought it was stupid. Because
okay, finish your thought, because I'm already pissed off.
Every human being in this planet deserves reparations for something. Everybody deserves it. The blacks deserve it for racism. The Spanish deserve it for having to mow lawns.
Having what?
To mow lawns. I don't know. I'm just.
What the fuck is that?
I'm just like throwing out shit. The fucking Asians deserve it for. Being small. I mean, like, there's just a lot of different things, like women for the pay gaps. I'm just saying, like, this isn't what was said, but they're saying like African Americans deserve reparation, and I don't think so, because like
for something that happened hundreds of years ago. Am I understanding you correctly?
Yeah, I just don't understand like reparations. I just don't understand.
I didn't do it.
I think it's horrible.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, so it's like, where's this money coming from, first off? If people are going to get taxed for something that they had nothing to do with, if it was your ancestors, all right? So, like, let's just say, like, your great-great-great-grandfather was Billy the Kid, right?
But that's on him.
Exactly. But say if, like, your great-great-great-great-grandfather was Billy the Kid, right? And mine was Doc Holliday. And Billy the Kid shot Doc Holliday and killed him, right? I don't know how the fuck either one died, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well...
Should I sue you and get reparations from you because your grandfather shot my grandfather?
Seriously, is that what's happening? The
Democrats, some of them are promising reparations. Like Elizabeth Warren is one of them. So if you're promising reparations...
That old bitch?
Yeah, well, she's just a dumb bitch. And I don't know if this is like pandering to a side to try to get votes because they know reparations can never happen.
And this is for what? Slavery?
Slavery. It's just crazy.
Now, listen... I will say this: 100,000,000% against slavery. Horrible fucking thing. Like, seriously, you read the history books and it makes me sick to my stomach. Mm-hmm. It should have never fucking happened. I'm completely against it. But you cannot go against people that are living today. We didn't do it.
And
if there is, and I'm sure
so far removed from this shit too.
I'm sure in certain areas of the world that maybe possibly it could be still going on. Mm-hmm. Go after those people. They're still doing it. Yeah. But I don't have nothing to do with.
What about the Irish? The Irish had it bad.
I'm Irish.
Yeah, so you should get reparations. You should get reparations for slavery. The Irish people had it really bad.
just, I mean, my ancestors are from like hundreds of years ago did something. Like, I don't understand how that's my fault. I shouldn't have to pay for something that someone else did that I'd never even met in my fucking life.
But, and also, just on the flip side, like, it's not about a punishment for you. It shouldn't be about a reward from someone else that didn't have to deal with that shit.
I agree with that too.
So, like, you're just going to be given a check?
Yeah.
So, like, you're going to be given a check for however many thousands of dollars
that
for,
your great grandfather
dude,
went through?
It's like, dude, you were born having cable TV, clothes, education, and all this other shit. You don't have any problems in your life, dude. You're driving a nice car. Why should you be given a check for something that you had nothing to do with?
Even if you aren't, then that goes to your parents, and then that, like, it. Yeah. No.
What reparations do you deserve?
Oh.
You know, it's just. I mean,
what the fuck podcast was that?
I told you it was a Bill Maher show. They talked about it. But I mean, it's just dumb. Like, no one deserves anything in this world. Everyone should work for what they got. And also, reparations is just another way.
I don't deserve shit.
And the Democrats are the ones throwing this out. And I wanted to bring this back out again because what they're trying to do is they're trying to play the gullibility of people, and they're really downplaying the intelligence of the people that are trying to get the vote for them. Oh, we'll give you money. We'll give you all we want in exchange is your vote.
Where's that going to come from?
Exactly. They're going to tax people because they just want taxes to go up so they can give money to... So they're basically trying to play Robin Hood, but they're doing it in a very dumb manner. They think that the only way to get a vote from a minority is to offer them free shit. Here's some money. Here's free shit. Let me get your vote easily.
But they're going to get those votes.
I don't think they're going to. Everyone, a lot of people are going to the right because they're seeing through this bullshit. There's a lot of movements going on right now.
I think it took me about 6 months with Trump in office before I'm like...
I'm not saying Trump's my favorite.
No, I'm just saying...
better than the other people.
I think it was about... And I'll be honest with you. I've been a Democrat all my life.
Me too.
Until about 6 months of Trump being in office.
Hashtag me too.
All of a sudden, like... There was a huge separation, like a separation that I've never seen before in my life, and like the left is just saying some random
sore losers,
weird shit.
Very sore losers.
That people should not be offended over. Hey guys, I'm not. Oh my god, why are we talking about this stuff? You had me talking for like an hour on political shit, and that's not okay.
Well, this is the last thing because you kind of brought this up.
Oh, man.
I was done with my topic, but then you just said something that triggered me.
Great.
So anyway, I'm triggered. You said, so Trump got in office, right? And 6 months later, all this shit happened. You know exactly what happened.
Wait a minute. I did not want him to win.
Me neither. I voted for Hillary.
I was so pissed off.
I voted for Hillary. I was very angry.
So freaking
I was stunned.
mad.
I was stunned for weeks.
I couldn't believe that he won. And when Hillary won the popular vote,
we were
and
pissed.
She wasn't in there.
We were pissed.
And it's, I was just like flabbergasted. But it only took me a few months before I'm like, holy fuck.
We almost let them in there.
there.
We almost let these idiots in there.
Yeah,
exactly.
Thank God he's in there. And like, please. Fucking win again because I can't deal with these fucking assholes in there.
It depends what happens, but the people that are going against him right now are all the same, cuffing the same claws, scumbags.
They all talk about the same shit. I'm not for it anymore.
It's like every single person running against Trump is sitting in a fucking boardroom right now, trying to come up with ways to be offended and to cause a ruckus in society.
We said it before. He's done more for us than anyone else has ever done.
He's got my vote next time, unless he really fucks up. But like I was saying, though, so about 6 months you said it took for you, right?
I think, I'm just guessing.
Yeah, just throwing a random number out there. But this is what happened. The Democrats lost. They got butthurt. And they wanted to try to hurt Trump and the right any way they can. So what they did was they started feeding the media because the media is majority left.
Right.
So they were like, all right, so how about we start this movement? Because before Trump got in there was none of this shit that's going on now. Like the whole Me Too, this, that, and the other thing. All this crap seemed like it just wasn't there. There were cases once in a while, but it was never blown out the proportions that there are now. So what happened was, this is just me going off the rails a little bit, kind of just thinking out loud. I'm thinking what the left did was they're like, all right, this is how we're going to build our campaign against Trump in 2020. And this is back in 2016. Once they lost, all right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this whole thing. We're going to get people offended and all this other shit. And we're going to feed the media stories, and they're going to blow it out of proportion, and they're going to try to make the left look like we're going to make things right. We're going to make everyone feel equal, just to try to get as many people in the bandwagon, because everybody wants to feel included in the end.
But do you know what they did? All they did was turn everybody against each other.
Exactly.
And I've never seen that in all my years of life.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before, where people are just getting offended by every single little thing.
Yep.
People don't like each other for like the most stupid things, and it just like I just don't understand. And
the left's plan really backfired because like you know poker and I don't know poker. So what's the best hand in poker?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, what's the best hand in poker? Is like a royal flush.
Like I could play it, but I don't know.
Let's just say like I'm playing spades, right? And I threw the ace of spades, and then you threw the fucking joker, and beat my card because jokers are high. You know, like I threw the little joker, you threw the big joker. The Democrats do the little joker. They're like, hey, we're going to cause this big thing and cause this riffraff in America, and we're going to get everyone offended, and they're all going to come to us because we're going to protect them, and everyone's included in our side. And the right's like, dude, you guys are calling us all these names and racist and shit. You guys are really the ones causing separation. Look at all the shit you're causing. Look at all the shit you're stirring up. And they threw the big joker on top. They're going to win in 2020. It's going to be a landslide.
Can I just say this, too?
Yeah.
Because I think we're going way too much into the political shit.
I'm done after this one.
But I'm tired of celebrities having their fucking opinion, too.
Well, all you have to have is a Twitter account.
It's annoying.
Twitter? That's all you need is a Twitter.
It's fucking annoying. And I love Ellen. I love her to death. I love her interviews. I love all the things that she does. But god damn it if she's not on the one side. And I understand why. She's gay. I understand that. But it's just like, it's like nailing it. Boom, boom, boom. She's putting these people on. And it's just like, all right, we get it. We know what side you're on. But it's like you're not listening to the whole fucking picture either.
There are gay Republicans too. Look at Mike Pence.
What?
Dum 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 dum.
See, I'm like,
he looks so gay, dude. He looks so gay. He's got that gay twinkle in his eye when he's on TV.
She has to be Democrat. She has to be.
Doesn't have to be.
Because, well, Republicans don't like them.
Yeah.
So, like, and I understand it, but, like, you get to a point where you're sick of hearing about it. Like, why is it constantly on my TV? Yeah. I'm watching you for entertainment. Like, does political shit have to be involved in it? That's my problem with it. You can be on one side or the other side, and I don't care. I still like you. Like, I still love her. I watch her. Her new season starts next week. I will still watch it.
Good.
But it's just like, do you have to nail it in? Like, why? This is a political year, right? Where people are going to be running for president. I don't want to be watching that on a goddamn talk show that I think is funny. I'm watching it for entertainment.
Well, my whole thing with this is, at the end of the day, I hate the Democrats because they're stirring up all this bad sentiment in the world. And I hate the right because they're way too fucking religious. And I'm not religious at all.
That's their problem.
I am dead in the middle because I would easily vote Democrat if they were to wipe out student debts and they could promise that they would do it.
Yeah.
Because I would vote for them in a heartbeat. Get rid of my student debt. Do something for me. I don't care about everybody else because I'm sorry, I'm selfish. I have people in this house.
That's the way the world is.
Just be selfish.
Do something for me.
Exactly.
And then we'll vote for you.
And do it for the populace. Don't do it because, I have to get the black vote. I got to get the white vote. I got to get the Spanish vote. I got to get the Asian vote. Whatever. I got to get the fucking transvestite vote. Whatever. Don't do it because, hey, you know what? I'm going to get rid of dog food and make it all cats meow because I want the cat vote. I'm going to get rid of puppy chow and do this because I want this. You know? No, you're not doing this to get this or do this to get that. Do it to get everybody's vote. Everybody is everybody, man. Like, at the end of the day, we're all human beings. If aliens came down and took over the world, we'd all check off the box. Are you human or alien? We check off human. And there's no more color or credence or anything like that. You know, male or female, doesn't matter. We're all human. What they need is someone in there who's going to take care of everybody. Take religion out of it. Take the offensive shit out of it. And just get able-minded, able-bodied people out there and do it.
One side is religious.
Yeah.
The other side is fucking extremely offensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Or out to get everybody. Yeah. And like, so it's like, where do you go?
I'm in the middle.
Because I'm not religious, but shit doesn't offend me. And I'm not that. I am a sensitive person, and the shit doesn't offend me.
They get offended for
so
dumb
where do
shit.
I go? I'd like it.
We led into a bunch of topics that are all about offense. And
No,
all this other
it's
shit.
too much political shit for that I ever wanted. I don't like talking about this stuff at all.
I was saving this for
thank you for sucking me into this shit.
I'm about to suck you into something else later.
Oh my god. God damn it.
You sucked me right into that one. And you sucked me out of something else last night.
All right.
Listen, I'm just trying to lighten the mood
Damn
here.
it. Lighten the mood.
Yeah, by talking about sex, baby. Let's talk about...
I just, oh my god.
Well, anyway. Today's... You know what I'm really upset about?
What?
There was a UFC fight that I thought was going to be on tonight, right? And I'm sitting here and I'm getting ready for it. And then I turn on ESPN... And all the results are there. I'm like, wait a second, what the fuck kind of bamboozle shit is this? And
Bamboozle.
Yeah, and apparently it was in some different country, and the match happened a lot earlier. So I saw all the results, and I'm pissed, man.
Well, there you go. Now you don't have to stay up until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
I demand reparations now, okay? Because I'm an American, and I should have got this pay-per-view.
Okay, I'm not going to be listening to this. I'm not. Oh, Lord.
You got anything for me?
I don't know.
I'm
so confused
you had a
to...
news story.
I gotta pee.
Gotta,
how long are we on?
An hour and 50 minutes.
Oh, this is the actual correct time. Okay. Well...
What do you want to do? You want to go take another break?
No, it's alright. Hold on.
Listen, I don't want you to piss yourself.
Listen.
This is a very nice studio we have here.
Listen, if I piss on the floor, it's all good.
Why? You think this is going to keep me off you?
Yep.
You don't pee from your mouth, bitch.
Oh my god. Seriously, I can't even deal with it. I really can't. Alright, so I have a Florida man that was actually a decent thing because we make fun of them all the time.
Oh, well, we hate Florida men.
So, Florida man buys over 100 generators and food for people in the Bahamas.
Well, he's a nice guy.
And I saw that, and I'm like, because I saw that literally. I'm moving around because I can't have that near the mic. But I saw that because we did Florida Man yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And we're making fun of all the other people. And then right after that podcast that we did, I saw that there was a Florida man that actually did something nice that wasn't like a dumb fuck. Didn't do something stupid.
So wait a second.
And he bought 100 generators.
So wait a second. This story didn't turn out like he bought a couple of boxes of generators that happened to be empty, or some shit.
No, like he literally
He actually did this.
This is probably the smartest Florida man they've got.
Doesn't make him smart. It makes him kind and generous. Not smart. Let's not confuse the two words.
100 generators. How much money did that cost? That's a lot of money.
100 generators. So 100
because
generators
we've been
about
looking at
$7,000
bucks
probably. I'm sure.
That's a lot of money.
No, 100 generators at 700. Move the zero. About 70,000 probably. You spent a lot of money. I don't know math. These people are probably like, you fucking idiot. But yeah, it's quite a bit, man. I mean, shit.
I mean, good for him. That's
nice
amazing because the Bahamas got fucked with this Hurricane Dorian.
Man, yeah, it sucked. It
if
really
we had
sucked.
money to be able to shell out, obviously we would. Because, I mean, we're like that. We do all sorts of causes that are local. But
every time we go to that damn supermarket.
I know.
And
it makes me feel bad because you see those helicopter shots or whatever, and there are like two houses left standing.
Oh, the Bahamas. So you know what's going on there right now?
I don't know. But
people are fighting each other in the streets. It's like a demilitarized
It's an
zone.
apocalypse down there.
It's like a demilitarized zone. If you see someone with like half a bottle of water, you fight them to the death over that. They're killing each other. Me probably not, to be honest with you. Unless one of the kids was thirsty.
Okay, I was just gonna say, if it was me, you, and the kids down there,
I would.
We hadn't had water in over a day, and you saw someone with a half a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Would you not attack them?
I would. But also, if I had a gallon of water and we were okay, and like a woman and her child were walking by, they were, can I please have some water? I would give them some.
I know. It's just, but like, they are scrapping because they. I'm surprised the island's still there.
There needs to be some level of compassion. And I know a while back I asked you a question. Do you think, and we're talking about The Walking Dead, do you think if this happened in real life, you think people would really be at each other's throats? And I said no, and you said yes. I think you were right. Revisiting that conversation.
I know they would be.
Because people are just stupid and they don't know how to band together. Together we're strong.
Right.
We could be much stronger together.
I agree with that,
people are
but
dumb.
I don't trust people. And
I
I
don't.
think that just walking down the street, you can get attacked. If you need something, you can get attacked. Like you just said with the Bahamas thing.
Mm-hmm.
The zombie apocalypse comes, man. Like, people are just going to attack your ass for any nourishment, any blankets, any shelter,
It's
tents.
It's selfishness.
Whatever you have, they're going to want. If they don't have it, they want it.
Is it
So?
Is it free will? Do you think this is that free will thing they're talking about when they say that God gave us all free will?
Because I'm not going to be... Listen.
We can make dumb decisions
if we're in
we
a
want.
zombie apocalypse, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we have weapons, and it's me, you, the 2 dogs, and the kids, and we're walking around, and we see a family with tents and food and stuff, and there's a baby and there's kids.
I'm not going to take it from them.
I was just going to say, I'm going to keep on walking.
Yeah.
But if I see just random adults in, like, a little tight-knit community, like, I'm going to be like, okay, we need to start plotting.
I wouldn't even do that. Like,
oh, hell.
I would go back
no,
and I would
we don't
stop at
have
the
this
family
stuff,
because those are people that I would want to be around. They're like, hey, listen, do you mind if we just share shelter with you guys tonight? And then
no, I'm going to kill people.
See, I wouldn't do it.
I will leave the
wouldn't
family
do it.
alone because that there are kids there. Those kids need that stuff.
I would be very respectful. I'd be like,
Oh,
who's the
no.
leader here? And I would try to build a community. See,
Listen.
that's just the way I am.
You're gonna be my henchman, okay? Because I can't go out and kill people. I'm just gonna send you.
I have the ability to kill people if that happens,
and
but
you refuse to.
But I would try to be diplomatic because, in my opinion, numbers are better. Like,
but if you see, let's see, there's a group of 2 guys and a woman,
mm-hmm.
right? Sitting there, and all 3 of them have tents,
yeah,
and they have food,
yeah,
and we need it. We're starving. We haven't had it in a few days. We have no tents. We have no shelter.
This is what happens.
Okay, are you gonna go kill them?
This
because
is what happens.
I would.
This is what happens. I would say, all right, you guys hide behind this bush or whatever the hell it is. Be quiet. I would walk over and be like, listen, I have a family a couple of miles back. I'm just trying to get food. I got kids. Can you help us out? Can you give us like 1 can of rice and beans or whatever the fuck you want to call it? And if they said no and pulled a gun out on me, I'd pull my gun out and shoot all 3 of them. If I had the ability to do some Clint Eastwood pow shit, I would do it. And then I'd be like, all right, well, they had their chance. And then you guys come and eat, we take your tents and leave. But
Listen,
I think we would all have to kind of come together at some point because how are you going to rebuild civilization if civilization is taking each other out?
Listen, I'll leave any family alone with kids.
I would try to get with them and build a bigger community.
You better fucking run.
If there's a family of like 5, 2 adults, 3 kids, I'd be like, hey, listen, you guys need help.
That's
we need help.
a lot of mouths to feed.
Yeah,
really.
But I mean, strength in numbers too. So if you came across that same family that you want to shoot and kill, they'd see us all come and be like, "Oh fuck," there's a lot of people coming this way, and then maybe they'd be more inclined to help and join. I don't know. I just think it'd be easier.
Down.
Yeah.
It happens in TV shows. It happens in.
So what do we do? Just throw the kids as zombies and be like, "All right, well, we're stronger together."
But you just said a family with 3 kids, and we got 2 kids. So that's 5 kids.
It doesn't have to be a family with 3. Like maybe they're all teenagers and they can run and fight themselves.
And please, no babies. No babies in the zombie apocalypse.
I'm surprised in The Walking Dead. If The Walking Dead was on CW, I guarantee you Rick would have gotten a zombie pregnant and had a baby with it. Because that's just how it goes, man.
You ready to wrap this one up?
Of course. We've gone our time. We've gone really deep in this one.
We went way too deep, man. The next one's going to be cheerier because I can't take this. Of course.
Well, listen, these were topics for my solo podcast, but you wanted to record one tonight, so you had to get into my world a little bit.
I love how you put that on me.
Well, I told you, and don't even say I didn't.
No, you told me you had topics, but you said, do you want to record one tonight? And I said, okay, let's go. Well, don't say that
I did tell you they were deep topics.
Oh, my God.
Did I not say they were deep topics?
But I like funny, lighthearted topics. You talk too depressing, and I'm like, I want to go kill someone now.
I think what happens is, and our last guest, Venture Russo, did say that sometimes it's nice to get a female perspective on certain topics.
Well,
and
great. So throw me in the feminism and shit.
So technically, I could chalk this up to a solo podcast with you coming in and giving your thoughts, because there were a lot of thoughts and things that I would like.
Well, I don't like it. I don't like this is stuff I don't like talking about because offends somebody. Something I said offended somebody.
And there was something I say offended somebody as well. And you know what? That's the beauty of being a human being, because sometimes your ear holes don't like, things that are going to your brain. And that's okay, man, because, the thing about life that's beautiful is that we're all individuals and we all have different opinions. And the thing is like people need to come to a common ground where you can have different opinions, listen to each other, talk things out, and then, agree to disagree and just kind of move on from there and not fight to the death or say I'm offended and sue each other and then slander each other.
So we're going to have another podcast for another year.
Yeah. And see how it happens.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Because I'm over the
I hope it changes,
shit.
And we will revisit this episode. And we wrote the date down with our notes.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll revisit it in a year and see what happens, because we'll be around for another year and we'll probably have about 30,000 more interviews because that's the path we're going down.
You can't keep your hands to yourself off the keyboard.
Hey, you know what? It's not just that. We've been reached out to a bit too.
I know. No, that's nice.
It's very nice. We're going to get off the Twitch links now. And so for you guys out there, you can find us on Twitter at Voices of Misery, Gmail, Voices of Misery Podcast at gmail.com, twitch.tv/Voices of Misery Podcast. Facebook may come back one day, I don't know, but it's Voices of Misery if you can find us. And Podbean, voicesofmisery.podbean.com.
Leave any feedback would be appreciated.
We get a lot.
Right?
So thank
iTunes feedback, Podbean feedback, Twitter feedback. Twitter is popping.
Twitter
right
is
now.
Insane, man.
So
bling, bling,
any
day.
feedback would be appreciated because we read that shit all day long, and I think it's awesome.
And we reply.
We reply. A lot of times we shout them out.
Oh, yeah, we got
for any new
relationships with
listeners, that
people.
we do shout them out. So I just want to throw that out there.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Voice of Misery podcast. Not the most politically correct one, but our intro does say it's not for the faint of heart, not for the easily offended, so you kind of did it to yourselves. Talk to you next time. Late.
Yes, it is I, Bin Hameen, commanding all of you to join the wrestling revolution, the underground of media, and follow our brothers at Voices of Misery on Twitter and subscribe to their podcast because they support hackerhameen.podbean.com and you will go support voicesofmisery.podbean.com because there is no more misery when you leave those FM marked channels and you join the media underground of Voices of Misery and hackerhameen.podbean.com. Rise and praise, YOLO!